about him, a great scorer.
Hello everybody, welcome to your watch along of Chesterfield versus Bromley in the National League. Hopefully it'll be 3 points and 3 wins out of 3 in the league. So let's go, let's get 3 points today, and I'll be telling you the team news shortly.
Louis Dennis, a striker on the bench. And talking of strikers, as he looks to build on the impressive start he's made to his Chesterfield career, Kabongo Shimanga believes that
legend, Kabongo Shimanga, legend, Kabongo Shimanga, legend, Kabongo. Guys, Kabongo Shimanga, legend, Kabongo Shimanga. 3 goals in like 3 games. It's a good start for him. So guys, put it down in the chat. I'll put down here. Guys, put your question in the chat. Start some conversation. It's Chesterfield versus Bromley in the National League.
In their games, so it's about adding for me and just keep improving, and hopefully that will take me to that level. The manager had already been interested, obviously, in me quite a while back when he first signed for the club, so we sort of kept in touch.
If I don't see any messages, I will get back to them.
You know, you can look at a lot of EFL clubs and see the size of it, but you compare it to clubs at this level, and especially Chesterfield. You know that it is a massive club. You know that you're not going.
There we go, guys.
That doesn't have a big.
I've got a poll in the chat for you guys. This is for up to kick off.
You really have to see that the club.
When the poll go live, you can vote who you think is going to win: Chesterfield, Bromley, or a draw.
The size of this club might be compared to the other clubs in the EFL. So
let's go get 3 points today. Let's go get 3 points today. That's the mainstay of it all. But am I confident in this game? Yes, I am. I'm confident. 3 wins out of 3. We scored 6 goals in the process, so I'm pretty much happy.
Chesterfield back into the EFL, that would be a great achievement.
Oh, Bongo Shamanga! Oh, Kabongo Shamanga! Oh, Kabongo Shamanga! Come on, boys.
The players at the top that
have, Suarez, Harry Kane, and I will not be able to say the names, but thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hello, Isaz Kamba.
Live ahead of the game, Chesterfield against Bromley, and joined by Jamie Hewitt, who's the president of the Chesterfield FC Former Players Association. We were just sort of looking out to our left, Billy Dearden and Colin Profit, who served the club well. Billy Dearden on the pitch and as a backroom staff member as well. And
so everybody, put your votes in the chat. Thank you very much for the like.
So many players come back. It just seems to be a special place for so many ex-players.
It does.
So guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me.
Yourself and set up the Former Players Association, and the response we've had to some of the, obviously with the last 18 months, 2 years, we haven't been able to do a lot, but some of the events we've had, we always seem to get a good turnout. And
so it's Chesterfield versus Bromley. Vote in the poll that will be ending at kickoff.
Come and talk to me, you know what I mean? It's sort of brilliant.
Guys, I want to get you going, so put question in the chat. I'm happy.
But we get such a good turnout, and everybody's has a good laugh, and we mix the tables up so that it's not all the same generations on the tables, and it's a really.
So, I will be keeping you guys informed of other results in the National League. So it's like Chesterfield. You guys will know what happens in this because we're doing it live. I will be letting you know about I'll be letting you guys know on the other National League games. National League South. Keep an eye on Havington, Waterlooville is another team that I'm a season ticket holder for, folks. but Chesterfield will always be in my heart. But my team I go and watch now, because I now live in Portsmouth, is Having Waterloo Football Club, which are very welcoming to me and everything. I have a lot of love for that club, I do.
It will be Chesterfield against Bromley, National League.
Let's go and make it 4 wins out of 4 to kick off the National League season. Come on, my boys.
Artificial grass, carpets and wood flooring. Find out what we can do for you by dropping by our showroom on Chatsworth Road in Chesterfield.
I'm absolutely nervous because you could have a good game, you could have a bad game, but we haven't had a bad game this season. But we just need to be honest with ourselves and just go for it as much as we can.
Play from just £1 per week and help raise funds
Guys,
for Chesterfield Football Club.
Put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me.
At chesterfield-fc.co.uk. Over 16s only. Licensed by Chesterfield Borough Council.
You gotta do what we can do and get a good result.
Join me, James Summers, every weekday at 5 PM for Nova Score on 1866 Sports. I'll be keeping you up to date with all the latest from the Spyrites and beyond. We'll have players' picks as well, while your favourite players will be choosing their favourite songs just for you, and I might even play you a few of your favourite tracks too. Get in touch.
So I will be letting you guys know on the games. I will let you guys know at the moment which games are playing in League One, because it's about 5 games called off. So there is only Cheltenham versus MK Dons, Wimbledon versus Oxford United, and Accrington versus Shrewsbury. We've got a full layout of fixtures in League 2, except for Colchester versus Sutton United. Apart from that, there is a full range of fixtures. And the team that we hopefully can drop points there and we go top of the league is Willstone. If they can beat Dagenham, then we go top if we can get a good result today.
Sport on Twitter, 1866 Sport on Facebook. Let us know where you're listening from.
Then the late kickoff today at 7:15, at 5:15, sorry, is Yeovil versus Halifax Town.
Sure. So at 1866 Sport on Twitter.
And Havant Waterlooville are away to Ebbsfleet United in National League South. Let's hope that they can get the 3 points today.
Blue shirts, white shorts, blue socks, all red for the visitors Bromley. A reminder of the teams. For Bromley, it's Cousins in goal, Partington, Showme and Webster.
I'll let you guys know the team for Chesterfield today. The team for Chesterfield is as followed. It is Roach, Miller, Maguire, Gunning, Grimes, Weston, Clark, Khan, Rowe, and Kabongo, Shamanga. Oh boy. Come on, Shamanga, get another brace. And that is your team for Chesterfield versus Bromley.
And Jack Clark, the 3 central midfielders. Danny Rowe, Kabongo, Shamanga, the strikers. Isla Kamba.
I'm not gonna do that, but you guys welcome all of you guys to the stream.
Daniel Tracy and the referee blows his
I'm just not gonna be doing that. I think
the captain of Bromley. So the first thing to note, Jamie Hewitt has joined me.
So guys, put your question in the chat. Let's start a conversation going.
Great crowd. Quite a few in, and it was the first game of the season. Obviously, was very buoyant and ended up with a win. So hopefully, we'll get the same thing at around about 4:45, 5 o'clock, 3 points, and everybody going home happy.
And I'm sure, after a season of playing without supporters, all of a sudden
I will not be forgetting. I'm just gonna have to have a look at what time that kicks off.
Very strong
on the day, because I don't know if Chelsea play on exactly the same day. That's the only thing.
Like this against Bromley, Bromley will have probably preferred playing with no supporters at Chesterfield.
Yeah, I think so. I think the crowd play a massive part, and the manager mentioned last week that the atmosphere, their first game of the season was brilliant, and it spurred them on to a good win. Hopefully the same again, because this will be a tougher test today, I think, Bromley, than we've had in the last couple of games. No disrespect to those teams, but especially the lads up front. I think I watched a bit of the video of the Bromley game, and they looked quite sharp up front.
Yes, certainly Michael Cheek knows how to do it. He's got an absolutely beautiful control for his goal, the third goal in that 3-0 win over Eastleigh last week. Terrific control.
Isla Kamba. I will not, unfortunately, be doing Napoli versus Juventus, unfortunately, because Chelsea are kicking off at exactly the same time against Aston Villa, and Chelsea unfortunately take priority. They're the main team, they take priority, unfortunately.
Bromley. Just momentarily, I was trying to ID who that was for Chesterfield in all red, because of course they played all red.
But I will be keeping an eye on the game at the same time, but that's
who's that? Yes.
there's not much I can do.
Blue. Saidu Khan plays it forward to Rowe. First time release from Clark. He's got space to run into. Offside.
Come on. Guys, put down in the chat. Let's start a convo going.
That was a lovely little
Conversation.
first time touch of play from 3 players there.
Yeah, a quick turnover of play.
Well, Chesterfield.
Capitalised on it well, but it just Manga just went touch too early.
Cheek comes back into midfield to try and get that. Oh, a nice little flick round, and Scott Loach has to be quick to get there ahead of the feet of Alabi, who we were mentioning before. Kick-off, he turned really well. Cheek drifting back to come and get the ball in the start.
Goal for Eastleigh are 1-0 up at home to Kingsland Town.
Wyatt is playing on the right of the 3 central defenders, and Grimes on the left.
So it is Eastleigh 1,
opposite to what they were on the opening game of the season down at
Kingsland 0, and that's within 90 seconds.
And Grimes on the left. So,
Red card versus Liverpool, what a shame. It was, I don't think it was a red card. It's just that this referee seems to have a gripe with us that every time Andy Taylor referees a Chelsea game, something like that happens.
Onto the top of his boot and passes it back to Gunning, and now out to Grimes, who's got space in front of him, but he plays it early to Miller, his first touch, and that's space for Clark to run into. He's going to be blue shirts in the middle. He's played it to Danny Rowe, but sliding to Bingham there, diverts the ball back towards Clark. He's down by the corner flag on this near side. He's looking to try and get something out of it. He's got a throw in out of it. Will we see George Carline
having a Waterlooville? Oh, 1-0 up away at Ebbsfleet United. What a start to the season they've had. They've had only one. They've only had one defeat this season, and they are 1-0 up within 90 seconds.
And it's early on in the game, 2 minutes gone, so put as much pressure on in the box as you can.
What a start!
See what they're made of.
For the Hawks away to Ebbsfleet, who are the favourites to go up in the league.
Comes away to Grimes. It was on his right foot. He couldn't quite get there. Danny Rowe, he's got red shirts all around him, and he couldn't bring that to heel. It's cleared away by Bromley. But if that had just fallen onto the left foot of Jamie Grimes, I think he'd have fancied his chances there.
Yeah, I think he would. It looked a bit awkward on his right foot for him, didn't it? It came a bit quick.
So,
his stronger foot there.
I'm just giving you guys
made a better connection.
An idea on the scores if anything happens in any games.
Omar Shomi, as Victor Play wins that ball as well. That's played forward from Scott Loach. Curtis Weston nods that down. Well, it found Lawrence McGowan. I'm not quite sure.
And Tommy Wright puts Having the Waterlooville 1-0 up inside 90 seconds.
He's created himself some space. He's not in a shooting
Southport are 1-0 up at home to Gateshead in the National League North.
Minoga, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving. Miller's on the floor.
Mansfield are 1-0 up versus Harrogate Town. Reese Oates with the goal for Mansfield.
And Show Me, Webster and Partington. They're going to be dangerous from set plays at some stage later on in the game, that's for sure. As Webster, the skipper, yellow and orange boots, plays it out to Show Me.
I'm doing Chesterfield today because I'm unfortunately not doing Scotland versus Moldova, because I'm just going to sit and watch that game instead.
Jack Clark got it, but he couldn't quite get through a couple of players.
Sorry about that, folks. Stuff pops up now and again, and that's my fault.
With the referee, I think he's arguing with a couple of Bromley players as well, just for good measure. And this is it's a potential shooting position, but it's more likely to deliver to one of those centre backs on the far stick, I would think.
Harrogate Town have equalised. 5 minutes in, it's Harrogate Town 1, Mansfield Town 1.
I think the keeper will be disappointed if he gets beat from this distance.
What do you think about it? He's a very good player. He plays very well and he does whatever he can. It's just wait and see when he gets back.
4-man Chesterfield wall, 3 for sure in the wall, and Saidu Khan standing adjacent to it. So you could argue it was a 4-man wall. I think it probably is, and there's Weston and Miller as runners
I think
as well.
he's going to have a go.
Yeah, it does look as though he's going to have a go, and it's
Well-
I think it was always looking too high, and it didn't really have the speed on that. And
Just wait and see. Just keeping on scores and stuff around the grounds.
So goal kick to the Sparrows. 5 minutes played here on 1866 Sport with Mayfield Tooley and Jamie Hewitt. And it's a goal kick to the Sparrows.
Haven't two.
And it is taken short.
Ebbsfleet United
He's got
0. And if you guys, I have a bit of an affiliation with having the Waterlooville because I did my work experience at college at that club. I had a big match, helped out.
The goalkeeper's coming out well. Clark gets there first.
Yes!
It was never a penalty, I don't think that. I think he's going to book Clark for simulation.
Oh,
And, well, I could see what Clark was trying to do, but the goalkeeper didn't catch him. It was actually very good goalkeeping from Mark Cousins.
oh.
He came out and I didn't think he was going to get there. And
Yeah, I'm going to say yes for the Ballon d'Or.
It was a dive and it was the right decision in the end, to be fair.
Yep, would have liked to have seen the third penalty of the season. In James Rowe's 30-odd games in the National League for Chesterfield last season, there was only one. That was that Dagenham and Redbridge.
There you go, there's my having the Waterlooville shirt.
Of the
That's
season.
my
Took
the
it
last season shirt
quite close to the end. and
that
that's
I-
time wasting going on by
that
the
I
keeper.
love. It's very good design,
Defence
very
at that
good
time wasn't-
quality,
anyway, free kick's taken. Times
and
wins it
hopefully
in the
they
air.
can get
As
up
we
to the
see
National
time and
League.
Time again at Aldershot on his debut on the opening day of the season. Cousins comes to the edge of his box.
And it is Havant 2-0 up
Goes off the head
against
to the rear guard net.
Older against
Throw, which, as you know,
Ebbsfleet.
was taken short on not great control from
And it is Scott Randall with the goal.
throw, so a bit of a waste there from Bromley trying to get forward. Bingham, likes of Gillingham and Crewe, Dagenham and Redbridge in his time. One of those players that I've always sort of taken note of.
Yes, I am. I was
Northern Ireland manager.
Camber. I am from Chesterfield. I was born in Chesterfield and I'm proud to be from there. Proud, proud, proud.
Been joined by Sam Skeffington.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Releases the ball out the court.
It's my hometown.
It's got a bad ball down the right-hand
El
side.
Matador.
Chimanga to chase.
Yeah.
Safety first.
I am.
Out for another throw. It's
It's my hometown
right
club.
side
This
of the
is
foul line this time.
Chesterfield, so that's why I've got a lot of love for the club.
In terms of its relationship to
Hello,
the
Adam.
maybe a little bit more
Yo.
angle on it. And again,
I'm doing well.
Gunning and
Just a bit
McGuire
nervous
all moving up into
for
that
this game because
Everybody
we're 3 wins out of 3. We're firing well in the National League as a start.
and Clark,
But now we just got to keep
players. Throw comes
pressing
into
on
the
and
right
on.
side, headed away
And
by
let's see if we can
Michael
get this
Sheep.
4 wins out of 4 and hopefully go to the top of the National League. Our second at the moment. 6 goals, none conceded in the league so far in 3 games. Let's go and make it 4 wins out of 4 today. And it looks like it's a really good start from us today. And I will let you guys know what the other scores are around the ground if any other goal goes in. It's Slough Town 1, Welling United 0 in the National League South.
Well, I think as might become quite frequent this season, everybody standing up and applauding the 8 minute to represent the number 8 of the sadly missed Ernie Moss. Passed away earlier this year at the age of 71. And Ernie goes out on. That's a loose ball from Curtis Weston. It's put Whiteley into plays in the left-hand side of the 18-yard area. Is an opportunity to get it into the centre. Oh, and he pulls that just behind.
Guys, vote on the poll. I'm going to give you...
That went just about level.
I'm going to end the poll now.
Chesterfield.
So you guys have thought on the...
Jamie Hewitt.
Yeah, I think it was. I think they thought it was a little bit easy there. It was Curtis Weston
100.
who have obviously been saying how well he's been doing, but it was the wrong pass I thought to start with. And a square pass, if you get it cut out, it takes a lot of the team out of the game. And we're lucky to get away with that. I think they chose the wrong option by putting it across. I thought he was going to have a go for the far post.
And Chesterfield looked a little bit of a tizzy from the resulting.
We had an incident on 7 minutes. Jack Clark is in the book for simulation after he goes down, went through on goal. As the goalkeeper rushes out to clear the ball, Chesterfield won a penalty, but the referee isn't impressed. So the referee said that the goalkeeper did not touch Jack Clark, and he got booked for simulation. So fair enough on that regard. Be careful in the future.
By Jamie Grimes, and the ball squeezed back to Going Gunning, who crosses the halfway line, plays it out to Khan, who does seem to be a bit further wide on the right than he has been in most of his games so far. But he can
Is
stop up anywhere.
Concord Rangers 1,
Corner of the 18-yard area.
Hemel Hempstead 0
Played
in the
towards Jack Clark, who went
National
right
League
on the
South.
wavelength there, and,
It is
Clark
AFC
started
Fylde
around.
1,
Played the ball
Kettering
to,
Town FC 0 in the National League North.
at the back of their own half with Grimes.
Same with Shorey 1, Gloucester City 0 in the National League North.
Gets it and immediately looks to see what he can do, and he's played a 1-2 with Rowe. Oh, and he's just
Weymouth
the
1,
body of Joe Partington to
South
stop Miller
Solihull
getting
Moors
onto a
0,
potential shot
Grimsby
from the edge of the
1,
box area.
Barnet
That just shows
0.
you sometimes, Jamie, as a defender, it's
Will
not all about the
Stone!
ball, is it?
Willstone! Willstone have scored! Willstone have scored! Dagenham and Redbridge are 1-0 down. If we win, we go to the top of the league. Oh, this will be a great day. It's easily 2-0 up against
Yeah,
Kingsway,
it's, the long way
but
around.
it's a goal on 8 minutes for Willstone.
Who's, got the legs of Minoga, but he
Has put them 1-0 up at Dagenham.
Cousins, who came right to the extremity of his
And Dover,
box to get there.
Dover are beating Oldham 1-0.
Cousins.
You never think that in everything.
There is another chance in the game, which Chesterfield have been having.
Carlisle United 1, Salford City 0 in League 2, and it is still Accrington 0, Shrewsbury 0, Wimbledon 0, Oxford United 0, Cheltenham 0, MK Dons 0.
Against him for Halifax as well. First thought, rather than go forward into a wall of red, was to half turn to his right hand side.
Chelmsford
Captain
1,
play, and
Dorking Wanderers 0 in the National League South.
little short ball to Weston. He's got a bit of space in front of him, and to his left as well.
So as it stands, Havant will be 4th in the league, and I'll
Maguire
forming will take that every day of the week.
but he wins it back against second time. Chesterfield, good pressing from the
And now, if it stays as it is, Chesterfield will go top of the league on goals scored, because we've yet to concede in the league, and I hope that doesn't come back to bite us.
Just shows when
Big Rom is better than Cavani. Wow. Okay.
Grimes on this near side, 12 minutes played.
You're top now, Chesterfield, if it stays like this.
Five as Khan goes for a diagonal ball.
Yeah, we're on top. We're top if it stays the way we are, but that's only if Bromley don't score, and that's if Boreham Wood don't score. And Boreham Wood are playing Stockport Cowards. If Stockport can beat them and we even get like a 0-0, we go top and goal scored, I'll take it, because it shows it's a good start to the season. It'll be a very good start, having 3 wins and a draw. I'll take that every day of the week. It's just got to be pressing on, pressing on, pressing on, pressing on. That's all you can
The
do.
ball back quite well.
Corner of the box, plays it into Danny Rowe. Rowe on the edge of the box, but he's got red shirts all
As a
around him,
fan,
still makes
I
possession,
do
no
not
options to his left.
care about Ronaldo. Ronaldo's coming home. Who gives a shite? Nobody other than a Manchester United fan will be happy about Ronaldo coming home. Nobody else other than United fans are going to be happy about Ronaldo coming home. Who scores more goals last season? Cavani or Lukaku? Wow. But the difference is they're playing in different leagues. They're playing in different leagues. Don't forget.
Taken by Danny Rowe, back to goal, but he's trying to turn to get the shot in. Oh, he sees Jack Clark. Oh, lovely ball. Jack Clark, a whisker offside.
Port Vale 1, Rochdale 0 in League 2.
One bam blasts, is it? It's the subtlety of the pass like that.
Yeah, no, when he gets in and around the 18-yard line, he drops a little bit shorter. He doesn't play right up against, gets into good spaces, and he's got a good vision of pass, and that was a close one, I think, that offside.
And for a big lad, a deft touch as well.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
some of the in pre-season there was one for a Mandeville goal, wasn't there? That it was just a little flick up with his left foot. Oh, not a great header at the back by Webster. It's given the opportunity for Shimanga to get in there, and he's won a throw with that. So that's again, good pressure.
Torquay are now 1-0 up away to Maidenhead United.
On this near side, Miller takes it to Khan, back to Miller. Two of them trying to carve open a little bit of space to get the ball into the box. It's 3 blue shirts in the box. It's still Khan.
Wow.
Side, Plays it to Miller by the touchline. He's got behind the byline. He's pulled that in. That was a handball. Just a yard outside the box.
Cheltenham 1-0 up against at home to MK Dons in League 1. 1-0 Cheltenham.
Maybe 6 feet outside the 18-yard area, but just a drop of a shoulder, and Miller's away from the back line there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think obviously they've done the homework on the game. I think they're just looking a little bit longer today, maybe a little bit longer earlier, just to get round the back and use the pace.
Come on, boys! Oh, this is tense. Well, it's like nervousness. You just got to be keeping nervousness, keep going.
That's no surprise.
Guys, you want to put any questions in the chat? I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
Or will he just blast it low? He can't shoot from here, but he's playing it high towards the far stick, and well, it's just headed away by Show Me before it could get anywhere near gunning, really. But Chesterfield pick up the seconds.
Barrow are now 1-0 up away to Oldham Athletic in League 2.
Oh, and a miscue from Jude Arthurs.
And Bradford are 1-0 up at home to Walsall in League 2.
Hopefully shouty handball there, but there was nothing that I particularly saw. But free kicks into Bromley's box with the size of them, if they're played high.
Curzon Ashton are 1-0 up away to Leamington in the National League.
The edge of the 18-yard area, pulls the cross in. That's a good one for oh, Jack Clark took it off George Carline's head. It was absolutely nailed.
We are waiting for Bromley goal.
On that. Jack Clark jumped up. He's put his hand up to Carline. Lack of communication there. But again, Calvin Miller getting into that crossing position. Perfect cross, but somebody didn't tell Jack. Should have told Jack Clark not to have jumped.
I mean, I don't know.
Thank you, Adam. We don't want any people coming on and causing beef in the chat, because it then makes the stream a bit too toxic, if you get what I mean.
A good goal ratio for a fullback, and that was a nailed-on goal, I think, if he'd have got on it.
Yeah, and assist with his.
Well, you know, Curzon Ashton are 1-0 up away to Leamington in National League North.
Wins the ball, but at the cost of a throw-in on the far side, 10 yards, maybe 15 yards inside the Chesterfield half, the all-red Bromley side, known as, their two nicknames are the Lily Whites, which, well, that's because they're playing white normally, but not today, and the Ravens. There's a free kick given away by Maguire on Alabi, and that's not entirely different position to the free kick that Chesterfield had a couple of minutes ago.
Accrington 1-0 up at home to Shrewsbury Town in League 1.
Back line. This will be a palpitation moment for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, this could be dangerous with the height they've got. We said they're going to be dangerous on set pieces, so it's. I mean, you want your keeper to help you out here. If it's close, you hope he'll come and get it.
Well, Chesterfield got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the edge or inside the 6-yard area. That's where they think the ball's going to be played. It is played towards the far post, and it's too high even for the big guys at the back. Show Me was there at the back, and he's 6'6", I think, and it was too.
Hey Gamba, I bet you don't even know where Bromley is in our country. I bet you don't even know where it is.
They've got away with that one.
Yeah, poor delivery from Bromley. So we'll take that, because, as you say, they're going to be dangerous, and we've got to be on our toes. And I think the instructions will be try not to give away daft free kicks and corners, really. With the
Chesterfield have dominated this game so far.
A dozen summer signings that Bromley have made since they made the playoffs last year and lost to Hartlepool. And Andy Woodman, the manager who was appointed in March, only lost 3 games as Bromley manager to Chesterfield at Bromley last season.
So
in the playoffs, and to this season to early league leaders Dagenham and Redbridge.
Let's go, and
when they lose to very good teams. So it's Miller on the ball, plays it infield to Saidu Khan. He's got options on his right hand side.
Thank you, Adam.
He plays it forwards towards Carline, and then Maguire from the opportunity to left foot it into the box, but he squares it to Carr. The triangle's being played by Chesterfield in the middle of the Bromley half at the moment.
Oh, I don't think that's funny.
Carline once more. His blue shirts in the centre. Well, that didn't go where he wanted it to go, but it did find Saidu Khan. Rather fortuitous pass for Carline. In the 20th minute here, still.
So it's still Chesterfield 0, Bromley 0.
Chesterfield patiently build up. It will be a game of patience today. Oh, a lovely take from Carline. Plays it into Shimanga. Corner of the 6-yard area. Good blocking. Byron Webster's gone out for a Chesterfield throw down by that corner flag, but Nice little bit of patient build-up play,
Yeah.
and when the opportunity came, Jamie, Chesterfield played the right ball at the right time.
Yeah, I think that's the key today because, like we've said, Bromley are hard working, closing us down, got to keep moving the ball quickly, use the width of the pitch, drag them about a bit, and then pick the pass, which they did there, got in behind, and great touch from Carline.
So also,
We're doing that already. We're already dominating from last minute to the first minute already.
Gone for height as the throw comes in. It's
That is
gone
correct,
left foot. Oh,
Adam.
charge down.
Bromley is in London. It's a suburb of London. Boom.
Chimanga. He's got red shirts all around. He plays it to Jack Clark. Oh, and it was just a little bit too hard. A little knockdown from Chimanga, but Clark manages to maintain position.
How on earth have we not scored yet?
Now with Carl, he's going to go for a shot here. Oh, he's hit the side
Oh,
netting.
we hit the side netting.
That
Oh.
was a whipped-in shot from Saidu.
Ah, lucky card.
Scored
Unlucky.
against Wilston last time out. My word, there was some ferocity in that shot.
That was
Just hit side netting. Oh my days. I thought it was 1-0.
Got his joy last time.
So, yeah, that'll boost the crowd a little bit. Chesterfield had plenty of possession. They've not.
It is now Torquay United 2, Maidenhead United 0 in the National League.
Corey Whiteley run and,
Gamba, I won't be doing the Napoli game against.
Oh, and he's lost out to Chimanga. Chimanga takes a
I won't be doing the Napoli versus Juventus game next weekend because of, if I'm correct, Chelsea play exactly the same time against Aston Villa on Sky, and I'll be doing Chelsea versus Aston Villa instead.
Up to the halfway line, and it's headed forwards again by Show Me and Gooding.
Did you Google it?
Split second.
Oh, that's brilliant! That's brilliant!
Second time he's made a really
Come on, let's get 3 points. Come on!
He came out quickly and it closed it down. He made the striker make a decision, and to be fair, he got there first, the striker, but it just he couldn't obviously get on the end of it.
Searching for his 4th goal in Chesterfield colours. Kabongo Chimanga after his
It's Chorley 2-0 up versus Gloucester City in the National League North. Spennymoor Town are 1-0 up versus Hereford in National League North. Kettering Town have equalised in National League North against AFC Fylde.
No, I'll call it back anyway. But Chesterfield took it that quick. It's not broken up the play at all. And the ball forward from Carline towards Rowe, put into touch by the long legs of
And Bradford, PA, or Park Avenue have scored away to Darlington in the National League North. Weymouth are 2-0 up away to Solihull Moors in the National League.
Quite right for Jack Clark to get into play with a long clearance from the visitors, the Ravens, picked up by Gavin Gunning.
Altrincham have just scored against Dover. It is now 1-1.
Passes it to Khan. Now Miller, always willing to have a run. Oh, and he's just done brilliant there.
Come on.
Past debut maker Mononga, played it in towards Carline. Header goes in.
Oh!
Stretch save to his left-hand side.
Oh.
Goalkeeper Mark Cousins puts it out for the game's first corner kick. And, well, whiz bang for the winger there, passing the defender, and a great crossing as well.
Yeah, he's, I think Bromley will be concerned about that because that is a danger Chesterfield possess, and if Chesterfield
Come on, boys!
To Miller as often as he can because he's got him on toast at the minute. He's going past him and a great cross in, and as we said, the threat of Carline with the header.
We're listening to 1866 Sport, and it's a corner to Chesterfield taken by Miller, headed away at the near post by Alabi. Didn't even get into where the bigger players for Bromley were, but it's picked up by Weston back into the danger area. Clark heads that slightly behind him to try and bring Rowe into play, but he couldn't, and Saidu Khan gets there. Cleared away by Bingham on the second time of asking. Gunning on the halfway line, he's going to take no chances, and he plays that under pressure from Jude Arthurs back to the goalkeeper Scott Loach, who half volleys that out to the chest of Saidu Khan. Back to Gunning.
Come on.
Jamie Grimes is straight away got cheek on top of it. Good pressing from late foot left in by Michael Cheek for a free kick Chesterfield's way. But, good pressing from Bromley, but actually really solid decision making and solid passing from Chesterfield at the back there, when it could have been a loose ball, could have been curtains.
Yeah, they do try and put us under pressure when we've got it at the back, and then the midfielder pushing on. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's Soccer 8 tonight.
To be accurate and again quick to get through that, because as we saw with a loose pass, they are a danger.
You listen to 1866 Sport with me, Phil Tooley and Jamie Hewitt. Thanks to Ideal Flooring, just off Chatsworth Road, Chesterfield. We're in the 25th minute. It's Chesterfield 0, Bromley 0. Gunning plays it out to Maguire. And Carline. Oh, that's a good flick on to Jack Clark.
Come on.
He's down the right hand side. He's behind all of the back line. He's
Come on.
over the edge of the 6 now. He drills it into the centre on the pulled it back just a touch from the right hand of the goalkeeper. Just took it away from Danny Rowe. And well, I think there were perhaps other options from Jack Clark on there, Jamie Hewitt.
I think he was waiting, and then it was dying for a pullback, and a couple had gone in, and he sort of, I think then I thought, well, I've got to do something, and it was just the wrong option in the end. I think maybe
Southend have scored versus Wrexham in the National League. It's 1-0 Southend.
Carline, but he couldn't quite find. He was leaning back with his head. He couldn't find Jack Clark, but Danny Rowe managed to get in there illegally. High kicking, but it was also low.
York City are 1-0 up against Farsley Celtic AFC in the National League South.
It's taken, Dugard took it in his face, but he was stooping down to try and win the header, and I don't think Danny Rowe's leg was, it hadn't reached parallel with the ground, had it?
No.
But certainly the runners of Chesterfield today, we've seen Clark, we've seen Miller particularly, and we've seen Khan. They're the players who are really, really troubling the visitors.
I think we're trying to, as last week, I thought probably we didn't get in behind as much. With Shamanga up front, maybe wanting to get.
I agree with you on that one. Napoli, when they won the Coppa Italia about 2 years ago,
looking to get in behind, and whether
that was the first trophy they won in 6 years.
To move them about, but it's a long ball straight.
It took them 6 years between winning the Coppa Italia and another, basically.
Behind for the runners.
So,
Hashimanoga signs his debut, signed on loan from Portsmouth, where he was the second youngest player ever to play for them in a first team fixture. Just getting a few instructions from manager Andy Woodman, who's a former goalkeeper in his day. And I suspect you probably faced him first time, Northampton Town goalkeeper Andy Woodman. I'm sure you must have perhaps played against him, Jamie.
I probably haven't scored against him.
Well, we could say that against most goalkeepers, to be fair, couldn't we?
Quite a few.
Apart from Ben Roberts. I seem to think you got one against Ben Roberts.
But,
Chippenham Town are 1-0 up against St Albans in the National League South, and also in National League South, it's Oxford City 0, Maidenhead 1.
East Stand over on the far side. Just got that blocks 1 and 2 have got the COVID area again. A few more than there were against Wealdstone, I think, in that area. But the rest of the East Stand pretty.
No, we are only good for one thing, and that's having the best player. Mario Rui. I hate Mario Rui. He's not even that good a player.
Stand that we're in now, and Miller just loses a little bit of. Sorry, pops the first mistake that he's made in this game. But if you're going to make a mistake, make it when you're on the attack.
I hate him because he hardly scores and hardly does anything on the pitch.
Touch a little bit. Partington. So another of those summer signings came from Eastleigh. He's had a couple of spells, played for Bristol Rovers, Bournemouth, and he's a Welsh under-21 international as well. Partington, back in the day, as Curtis Weston turns it over for Chesterfield, plays it forward towards Saidu Khan, and it's give it away, win it back, give it away, win it a back moment, and it's been given away this time by Bromley. And Gunning, well, you could just see his gesticulation there that he wasn't happy that Chesterfield gave it away a few times in that attack. It's a throw in to Eastleigh down by the corner flag on their right. South's not pretty quiet at the moment. It's engaging fixtures. We're coming up another minute and 15 seconds before we're at the half-hour mark here at the Technique Stadium. Still goalless. Chesterfield enjoying the bulk of possession, the bulk of territory, but most of the work that the keepers had to do has been about rushing to the edge of the area. As the cross comes in and Grimes gets his head onto it, he gives Bromley the first opportunity for a corner kick. They've had a free kick from a good position akin to a corner. Giant defenders, Webster, Showman, Partington, they're all in there. Marby's in the 6-yard area, Cheeks on the edge of the 6-yard area. It's going to be Arthur's take this from the right hand side. Plenty of movement.
Come on, boys.
At the moment now, as the ball comes in not a bad effort, goes in and it's headed, it's blocked short of the line by Curtis Weston. I wouldn't say that was an on the line blocking, the goalkeeper was behind him, but it was a downward header at the far post, and well, that was classic textbook head it down, wasn't it, Jamie Hewitt?
Yeah, it was a drill ball in, a low drill ball in really. He got a bit of a run on, I think they've swapped over now, Gunning gone with him, on Grimes, and beat him in the air. I mean, you're not going to win a lot against the big centre half, but you've got to make sure he doesn't get a good header on it. So
Grimes is marking.
Mario Rui is shite.
Gunning, as the ball comes in.
Dries Mertens is better.
It was all on his own at that point. Of course, this is these are the times that Big Tom Denton's really missed, isn't it? Because he's a great defender as well as a striker. The second phase ball in from the visitors is cleared away by
Chesterfield 0, Bromley 0 in the National League at the moment.
Can start to get into shape again to try and block an attack from open play from Bromley.
It is Port Vale 1, Rochdale 1.
The far side by Sam Skeffington to prevent that one going out for a Chesterfield goal kick, and out of that, chasing the ball that looked dead, he's won an attacking throw-in. So it shows you've just got to go for everything, haven't you, really?
Chester FC are 1-0 up against Alfreton Town in the National League North.
Chasing a lost cause, I would say.
Dartford are 1-0 up against Bath City in the National League South. Eastbourne are also 1-0 up against Dulwich Hamlet in the National League South.
18-yard area.
The only 0-0 in the National League South is Tunbridge Angels 0, Hampton and Richmond 0.
Don't forget to tell us where you're listening from on either Facebook, 1866 Sport, or at 1866 Sport on Twitter. Let us know where you're listening from. Let us know what you think as Cheek gets a shot in, and pretty regulations.
It is Curzon Ashton 2-0 up away to Leamington in National League North. There's also 3-0 to Chorley away at home to Gloucester City in National League North.
Phenomenal record he's got at this level, Michael Cheek. 100 goals in 242 National League games for a variety of clubs before today. You cannot give him space. Danny Rose, another man you can't give space on the edge of the box. He's playing left winger at the moment. And infield for Saidu Khan. Back to Grimes. There's lots of space on the right hand side for Chesterfield. Grimes spots that, plays it to Maguire. Now Carline. He's got options behind him and to the side. Plays it to Maguire. Is he going to deliver the ball into the box? It's on his favoured left foot in a good possession for that, but he's got Corey Whiteley for company. 30 yards out, plays it to Carline just behind him. Jack Clark makes the run, it's a good run on the onside, and there's three blue shirts, and one of them's Danny Rowe. Oh, great breath from Partington there, it comes out to Carline, gets it for Chimanga, turns, good effort, just one, just a little bit high as well. Shot.
How can we not score?
The turn of pace from Jack Clark, and the cutback was great. Partington did really well. Chesterfield won the loose ball, got it back into the danger area, and that was a great turn from Chimanga.
Yeah, sharp turn, got half a yard, typical striker in form with confidence, half a yard, and had a goal. Just a bit of slice on it, took it high and a bit wider, but he'll take that all day if he can get half a yard in the box. I'm sure one will nestle in.
Again, Clark finding himself in space, made the right decision that time. And Partington, the right side of central defender, as Grimes pulled up for a foul on Cheek as he went up for the header. And Partington, the right sided central defender, had moved over closer to the left hand side to get that block in. Well, one thing that John Sheridan always used to say, he wanted his players to spot the danger. Partington spotted the danger there and acted upon it.
It was good defending. I mean, it was a good cutback, and the man who you want on the ball probably there would be Danny Rowe, but the defender did well, and they defended well, to be fair, Bromley.
Duke Arthurs with a free kick, 7 or 8 yards inside the Chesterfield. That's a bit too close for Scott Loach.
Barnet have equalised away at Grimsby. It's now 1-1 in the National League.
Space. Clark and Chimanga both crying for it. Given
Leeds are now 1-0 up away to Newport.
To switch play to this near side. Khan plays it out to Miller now. Miller first time ball in. It's gone through everybody.
Yes.
Come back to Khan, but he couldn't quite get into position for a shot. He tried to pull it back, and all it's done is set Skeffington off on the attack. Now to Whiteley on the far side now. Maguire's got Whiteley running towards him. He's on the corner of the 18-yard area. He's using his body to try and block the cross out. And,
Let's give a penalty.
it is a penalty has been given. Maguire on Whiteley in the 35th minute, and Chesterfield have conceded a penalty. Your views, Jamie Hewitt?
Obviously, it's the other side of the pitch to us, but I'm thinking to myself when he's trying to take Lawrence on, I'm thinking, just don't dive in, just show him out, show him out. I think Lawrence will be disappointed because he didn't need to make the tackle.
It's a penalty to
He just needed
Bromley.
to show him down the line, and he sort of dived in a little bit. I can't tell from here if he got anything on the ball or it was the man, but
Oh,
it
it's
was
a
clumsy.
penalty to Bromley.
And to be fair to the referee, he was well positioned. Michael Cheek. Well, the Chesterfield supporters will be remembering Will Evans. They'll be remembering Ebbsfleet. But they'll perhaps forget that Michael Cheek had scored a penalty earlier on in that 3-3 draw against Ebbsfleet United when the Sparrites were 3-0 down at half-time, but came back to get a miraculous point. So Michael Cheek, 100 goals in the National League in his career, has got Scott Loach in front of him. Loach jumping up and down. Loach jumping up and down. Cheek takes it. Oh, and he hammers that in. And Chesterfield concede their first goal of the season in the 36th minute. It is Sparrites 0, Bromley 1. So, well, Bromley not really. Jamie Hewitt been in the game as an attacking force. They take the lead. A penalty.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the game as a whole, Chesterfield have been the better team.
The better team are losing.
Created the chances. I mean, that breakaway from Bromley came from that great ball in, early ball in. Could have gone anywhere. And we just wanted it to fall to Chesterfield. It didn't. They broke quickly. But I think that's the downside, really, of playing three left-footed centre halves, because Lawrence has come across, as I say, we're on the other side of the pitch, but come across with his left foot, where it's natural for a right footer to be tackling with his right foot, and it was definitely clumsy from where we're sat. I can't tell definitely if it was a penalty, but it was a challenge I don't think he needed to make.
Well, the referee was pretty well positioned, wasn't he? So, and there wasn't an awful lot of arguments from the Chesterfield perspective. But yeah, interesting that you say on the left-footed, because originally it looked as though Lawrence was pushing him wide and
Yeah.
cutting the cross out, and you think, oh, he's done the right thing.
Yeah.
But then, you know, it was the challenge that gave, and you give the referee.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go.
There was no need for the challenge. He was just got to keep pushing him wide.
Jack Clark back to goal on the edge of the. Oh well, George Carlyle was a great challenge in there. And
Come on,
he puts
boys.
The ball in as well. Danny Rowe just outside the box gets it across him, but it's blocked at source. Come to Carlyle, shotgun.
Yes!
Oh,
Come on! It's 1-1, boy! It's Jackie Clark, boy! It's Jackie Clark! Oh my God! Within seconds!
Wilston, he assisted at Kings Lynn, is back on the score sheet. Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1.
Within seconds! Within seconds! Within seconds! Chesterfield's been quite. And it's
Show a
Jack!
bit of winning 3 games 2-0. It'll show what we're made of a little bit to go a goal behind.
We've
And,
got to go down!
got me
We
answer quite
can't
quickly.
knock our spirit!
But that
Woo!
goal came all about because of George Carlyle, not for the great half volley, but the fact that he managed to somehow keep that
Oh
ball
my
in
God!
with a touch,
Yeah.
kept control of it, fed it to Danny Rowe, got the ball back, bang. So he made that himself.
Yeah.
Can he
Here's a
assist you?
goal for Chesterfield!
He can do.
Oh, it's Clarky,
to
boy!
keep going and the will and the drive
Jack
to
Clark!
not give up on lost causes, and that's what he did and got his reward.
You're listening to 1866 Sport Live with Ideal. Click ChesterfieldCarpets.com. It is Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1. And,
Get him!
well, it's a free kick to Bromley again, so that's the signal for Partington, Showme and Webster to go up into the danger area. And, well, we know Jude Arthurs is going to take it. He takes all the set plays. Well, he's taken them all.
Who scored? Who scored, guys? I'm gonna let you know. Sorry if I got the name wrong.
In the
George Carline has scored for Chesterfield. Sorry. Clark set it up and George Carline with the finish.
And Corey Whiteley, we know Whiteley.
And within about 60 seconds later, we go down the other end and George Carline has equalised.
Too close to Scott Loach, takes that really well and delivers a first-time ball out to Shimanga. I think it's a little bit too far, but Shimanga's not going to give up on him. He's going to force Whiteley to do something. Has he got a corner out of it? Ooh, not quite. But he nearly did, didn't he? looked for the.
It is
world as
Dagenham
rightly
1,
was going
Millstone
to
1,
see
and
that one run
Chesterfield
out
have
safely,
equalised
but
against
Chimanga,
Bromley.
Well, he got there. He got a touch onto it, kept it in, and almost.
And also
Bromley
a goal
nations for a corner.
back for
And
Solihull.
again,
Moores,
chasing.
it's now
When you
2-1
do that,
to
you know it's that close
to Weymouth.
Jamie Hewitt, it makes you want to do it again next time. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, that's what
It's
the crowd
2-0
want
to
see. They don't want to see the ball going in and you just say,
Park
"Oh, that's too
Avenue
far
away
stop."
at
They
Darlington,
want to see things like that. It lifts
and
the crowd, it
2-0
then lifts the
to
team.
Spennymoor Town away at Hereford.
That's one thing I've noticed about the team that I've
In
seen so
the
far this
National
season.
League
They're playing
North.
as a good unit and they're not giving anything up.
It is
Well,
Dulwich Hamlet 1, Eastbourne
behind
1 in the National
2
League
minutes. And
South.
That's a sign of a side that's got the bit between their teeth. During the course of the season, they've not been behind at all. And they did manage to, I think it was 3 times, come from behind to win matches in the National League last season. That'll be something that they'll be wanting to try and do today. And, ball played forward by Webster, and foul in Chesterfield's favour, as you can
You're
probably
right,
hear
buddy.
the cheers of the crowd around us. Chesterfield fans, of course, on 3 sides of the ground. Not quite as many Bromley fans here as Wilston brought it, I don't think, but it's not far off. I think we're about 170, 175 or something from.
Is everyone alright? Everyone enjoying the stream? Let me know in the chat.
We were talking before the game, Jamie, weren't we, about Jeff King and what he offers going down the right-hand side, but we were also talking about the strengths of George Carline, and he's the man in with the shirt at the moment. King was the owner of it at the beginning of the season, picks up an injury, and Carline's doing what every manager would want to see, doing enough to make sure you can't take it off him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rowe is miles out and hits that high. 35 yards out, but he saw an opportunity. He was just on the rise when he hit that. But Judge Carline is doing everything to make his manager not have a decision to make.
And that's the thing with a squad like we've got. I mean, it's always been said through football, even when I was playing, whatever. If you've got the shirt, you've got to keep the shirt. And if you're playing well, you will keep the shirt. And he's justified his selection today again with another goal. Two goals in, what will that be, 3 games for George. He didn't play the first one, did he? So
and of course, in this day and age, with all the GPS stuff in training, you've got to show it in training as well, haven't you? You can't get away with it anymore, can you?
No, you can't have a day off in training where you can just hide on the wing or something. These days, they'll plug it all in and say, "Well, he hasn't done much today."
Anyway, that was a lot. The groans of the crowd were alarming, looking for a foul, and didn't get one. Miller. Just the tiniest of tiny touches from Minoga, but it's given Chesterfield the opportunity for a dangerous free kick.
So,
or so in from
it is Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1 in the National League.
Bromley substitutes there. So,
well, again, I don't know whether it was enough to send him to the floor.
Notts County are 1-0 up home to Aldershot Town.
Absolutely, and we'll put it this way: if Miller was about to shoot for a goal from 20 yards, he wouldn't have fallen over there. He's played it to Gunning deep towards the far side, and McGuire.
Walsall have equalised away at Bradford.
Michael Cheek, and it's cleared away by Corey Whiteley. Side Carnes at the back there. He's one of the players who frequently marshals the halfway line because he's a fast lad and can get back and cover and try and wait for the rest of the troops to get back and get into some sort of shape. We've got 2 minutes of normal time remaining at the end of this first half. Sparites and Bromley 1-1. Cheek on 36 from the penalty spot. Carline with a crackerjack of a half volley just 2 minutes later to get Chesterfield back on level terms. The Sparites have enjoyed most of the possession, most of the territory, but it just shows you that you only have one decision away, be that a referee's decision or a defender's decision away, as free kick on Minoga from Miller, 15 yards or so short of the halfway line, so a zero danger position. Don't think we're going to have too much stoppage time at the end of this first half. There's been just that one booking for simulation for Jack Clark, couple of goals, certainly no more than 2 minutes of additional time. Really, I wouldn't be surprised if there's only one. Who's Andy Woodman, the manager, who gave up a job as head of goalkeeping at Arsenal to move to and that's a shove by Alabi on Jamie Grimes. That was just a foolish thing to do. It just made it easy for Chesterfield to get the free kick. Is halfway between the referee and his assistant, Mr. Parker, and just Well, didn't bother going for the header, just went for the shove, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a strange one when you're putting it into the danger area to let Chesterfield out that easily, but we'll take it.
Yes, and I would think that James Rowe is
It is now 3-0 Torquay away at Maidenhead United.
It's a results game, and you've got
An older shot of equalised away at
against a tough side.
Notts County. And Edsford United got 1 goal back against Avon Waterloo. It's 2-1.
The ball played diagonally by Loach towards Grimes, and just landed awkwardly there. He's clearly in a little bit of pain, Grimes. And we'll see him. Yeah, he is. Look, he's hobbling. He's managed to get the ball through to Miller. Miller into Oshimanga, but just overhit that. And the goalkeeper was able to come and comfortably get there. There is 2 minutes of stoppage time, so yeah. Well, it's close enough to half-time to not over-worry about Jamie Grimes, but of course, if the ball goes in his direction in this next minute or two, it might give Bromley the opportunity they're looking to find. So Cousins plays it in towards the area where Jamie Grimes is. Quite clever from Grimes. Rather than try and jump, he was doing the hugging of the Bromley player, so he didn't have to jump, and he got away without giving a free kick away as well. And Weston plays it to Khan on the halfway line, doing a bit of a step over, but he's made 10 yards worth of ground. Plays it back to Miller, now into Weston, who's got red shirts left, right and in front of him as well, but does well and plays it to Grimes. Now gunning, so Chesterfield winding the clock down a little bit with a slightly lame central defender, and half-time almost upon us as Danny Rowe heads it back, but Saidu Khan gets it, but he was a bit lucky to get that, and Bromley come away with it now, the opportunity for them to get it forward, and played forward by Skeffington, who's on this right-hand side for the first time during the game, and his clearance clips Millen, goes out for a throw-in. We've had 80 seconds of the 120 additional seconds that the referee, Mr. Woods, has indicated we need to play here at the first half. Goal each on 1866 Sport, and Phil Tooley and Jamie Hewitt. And, Bromley take a while to take the throw, and Chesterfield immediately win it back, but then give it back. Khan's chest down to the ball wasn't the best he's ever done in his career, and neither was that clearance from Skeffington either, and Chesterfield win a free kick. So I think we can safely say that Bromley are going to end this half with only 1 goal. It's whether Chesterfield can get it forward into the box and give them the chance to
Barnet are 2-1 up against Grimsby.
Right,
and Weymouth are 3-1 up against Solihull Moors. And it's 4-0 Torquay against Maidenhead United.
Half time. Sport Live, and it is 1-1. Jamie Hewitt, your thoughts on that?
I thought it was good. 45. Chesterfield, I thought they played well. Moved the ball well.
Half time. Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1.
I think we caused Bromley a lot more problems than they've caused us. Maybe with a couple of breaks in the box, could have been a little bit different. Obviously, when it went down to the penalty, that was a good attack by Chesterfield and just didn't bounce for us in the box. But Bromley sprung quickly, credit to them. And
Harrogate Town are 2-1 up against Mansfield.
I think Lawrence probably will be a bit
Salford have equalised away at Carlisle.
Performance, and we deserved a goal.
And Newport have equalised at home to Leyton Orient.
The same second half, move the ball quickly and create a few more chances.
So 1-1 at half time. Michael Cheek penalty on 36. George Carline equalising just 2 minutes later with a half volley from just outside the box. You're listening to 1866 Sport, and it's half time. Spirites 1, Ravens 1.
1866.
It's half time, folks. Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1 in the...
Or visit our showroom on Chatsworth Road.
So guys,
Worthy first half seat? No. Absolute.
just let me know in the chat what you guys thinking of this stream. If you guys are enjoying the content on the channel, let me know in the chat.
making flip books. We have 7
Guys, I'm just watching the video while on YouTube while I'm doing this, but with non-copyrighted music that they
and
use.
whoever wins will win up to $500 for yourself. Do any of you have any questions?
No, let's start.
Everyone turn on your light box. Artists, you may start. Back here you have pencils, you have pens, you have markers. Use whatever you want. All right, so all of you have some idea of what you're doing, right? So before you guys get started, we're gonna do a little challenge. You guys have 1 minute to make a dancing stick figure. Go. And whichever stick figure I feel like has the best dance is who I'm gonna give the dub to. All right, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone stop what you're doing. Let me see them one at a time. All right, so Ben's stick figure is doing jumping jacks. It's a little bit small. Okay, not bad. He even shook his butt a bit at the end. What on earth? Michelle, your figure's not even dancing.
I didn't have enough time. Go for it.
Yeah, wait, Jake. What is this?
I was gonna, what?
Okay, not bad. Why does this leg have 3 parts to it? Baby had the best dancing stick figure out of everyone, so do you want to know what you get?
Yes.
You get to choose one person and give them a topic. That's the topic they have to do for this challenge.
Okay.
So you can say baby butts, and they have to do a flip book about baby butts.
I feel like my biggest competitors is Izzy, Ben, and Kent. Awkward. I am targeting.
All right. Mackenzie, did you hear that? She's targeting you. So, what does Mackenzie have
Oh
to draw
god,
for
it's gonna be like
this
evil.
challenge?
Your flip book will be about boogers.
Mackenzie, that means no more tigers, no lions, no sea creatures.
Unless it's a sea creature with boogers.
The main theme's gotta be boogers. Alright, so we know Mackenzie's doing boogers. Jazz, what do you think you're doing?
I kind of wanted to go.
This
like,
is Chesterfield, hello,
and
Pradeep.
do some scenes of you throughout your day, but kind of like, yeah.
That's interesting. Mackenzie, explain your thought process.
Was pulling inspiration from the magic school bus and taking a trip inside the human nose.
Oh.
Where there will be
So it is Chesterfield versus Bromley. It's half time, it's 1-1. I'm just watching something on TV. Wow, it's a half time. So, just to pass the time, it's half time at the moment.
Last time I did a comic.
But we got about 10 minutes, so I'm just trying to watch a video to pass the time away with non-copyrighted music that they use.
So mine's gonna be about an alien that needs to get more milk.
I'm gonna do a dragon that breathes fire on this guy, and he's gonna turn to dust.
That is a very ambitious concept. I don't know how you're gonna finish that.
I was paired up with you, so if I win, then
It's not bad, Michelle, but I feel like it needs something else.
This is it so far.
Oh, so it's getting closer and closer to his
Yeah.
nostrils. Jazz, did you not start your flip book yet?
I started, but I switched my idea like 3 times. So I came up with a new concept, and now I'm just making like a grid of what I want to do generally.
Jake, where are you going with this?
Jake, why are you drawing balls?
That's the slime guy. He's like, I've arrived. He's getting into frame.
According to this, he's going out of frame.
Well, you have to flip the pages, Zachary, the right way.
Jake, you put it in the wrong order then. Jake, it's always supposed to be the first scenes at the front and then you flip through it.
Well, mine is this way.
Jake, nobody flips a flip book like that. Jake, rearrange it. Artists, just curious, could anyone use another few extra pages? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you guys compete for this. We're gonna play a game of rock, paper, scissors. If you win, you have 2 options. You can take an extra 5 pieces of paper, or you can take away 3 pieces of paper. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, what do you want?
I would like more people.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Because I'm being nice, I'm gonna take 5 extra pieces of paper.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Raise your hand if you would like to play again. This time the stakes are doubled.
Never mind.
Okay, Ben. You either get 5 sheets or I rip out 2 pieces of paper. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No more, Ben. 1, 2. Anyone else want to play?
Me.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I'm taking 2. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Continue for 20 minutes, and I have another challenge where next round, one of these booklets will be going to one person. You know what? Let's do it right now. I'm bored. Everyone tear out one piece of paper from your pad and crumple it up. Come to the second floor with me. Everyone, just so you know, when you win, there's a little twist, but you're gonna want to win. Whoever throws it the furthest gets that notebook. Jazz, fire in the hole! Oh, that was pretty good. Oh! Oh! Viv used the wall ricochet technique. Whoa! What? Kobe! Oh! What? Good job, Izzy. You win. Ow! All right, let's go downstairs. Izzy, here's how this is gonna work. You win half of this, and for the other half, distribute it among your.
She has the most crafts wins. Moving on.
Have a look. Pieces of bread hop in.
Mackenzie, can I see your flipbook so far? All right. It's taking a while to zoom up to this guy's face. Jake, how's your slime going?
It's going okay. Could I see it so far?
It's going down, it's going up. Is there gonna be more to the story?
Yeah. As long as
So
I
far,
don't run out of paper.
we went 1-0 down in 36 minutes thanks to Michael Cheap penalty. But then within 90 seconds we equalised through George Carlyle with an absolute stunning shot that got him into the left in the corner, and it was absolutely banging.
Ben, I want to see the dragon a little bit more.
Oh, well, I mean, after the eye, I just need the dragon bringing the fire.
Okay, cool. Artists, we have one last notepad. Whoever wants to
We just
compete
now got to
with
go
us
for it and
will
try and get the win
have
there.
3 pieces of paper. So if you want to compete, you got to give up 3 pieces of paper. 1 entry from Michelle, 1 entry from Jazz, 1 entry from Jake.
So guys, put any questions in the chat. Maybe there's any questions, guys. Put it in front of me.
Stand up. Oh.
No!
Ooh. Oh, all right. This one counts. This one went straight into center.
Nope. I'm going to do like an ad.
Oh. Oh. Jake, for getting it in the center once, you get an entire new booklet to yourself.
Well, my story was kind of cut off at an abrupt point. Now I can actually do what I want to do.
That was eyeball complete again.
Except I can't because Mackenzie just has her stuff in my space.
Morning! Minis. Hopefully Chesterfield can go and get the second half. We got about 4 minutes to...
Progress on my flipbook, so I think I'm just gonna come back earlier in the morning and finish it.
So I finished doing all the line work for my flip book. I think it looks really good. I'm gonna come back in the morning and do all the color, and I'm just gonna call it a night.
It's like 9 p.m. and I'm starting to get really tired drawing these.
3, 2, 1. Artists, stop working. Izzy. First of all, good job, everyone. Jess, that's your flipbook.
I did mine based off of a piece of bread's journey going into the toaster. Therefore, my bread. And Mackenzie took a little bite out of it, so now it looks more like realistic, has personality.
Wait, it kills it? A little bit of a dark ending. Would have liked to see a little
A bit of a dark ending turn for the toaster.
So, Viv gave you the topic of boogers.
It's called Sick Days.
Okay, we're going towards the nose. Okay, there's music. Oh, it's a Miga's disco party. Wait, the moment I saw the Miga's disco party, it ended. Mackenzie, I thought you were taking me on a journey through the nose, and then there were so many pages left, and it just ended. Very creative. You know what I like about this? The entire thing is black and white, but at the end, you get a little bit of color from the boogers.
Boogers!
Oh, yeah,
Boogers get
big
color.
one.
Slimy boy.
Very nice. Ooh, all right, it bounces. Smile. Oh, that's the eye. Ooh, that's cool. Why is his tongue so big?
That's water. I just didn't have time to add more details because I ran out.
That's actually kind of cool. Your bounce is very believable. Michelle. Bun plus turkey. Tell me a little bit about your flipbook.
It's about Bun looking for a carrot, and then Turkey takes it away from her because he's mad because it's his. He sees
He
it
gets
crying,
to think it's
so
carrot.
He goes back and finds a carrot for him.
Oh my goodness, look, this one, Turkey plucks the carrot out of Bun's mouth.
So I made a Lisa flipbook, and Lisa is peeking through the curtains with a plushie. She's just being cute, basically. I didn't finish.
Why are you looking at me? Oh my goodness, and then it goes into like a black and white scene.
Alright, that's enough.
It's really nice, Viv. I like it.
Okay, my story is called Cereal.
Oh dear. The alien runs out of milk. The alien says, no milk. It's very cute. Ben, I'm excited to see yours because I didn't think you would finish. You put in a lot of detail. I'm curious to see how you pulled it off.
Well, my flipbook is called Drago. It's about a dragon that breathes fire on a guy, and then he turns to ash.
The dragon's really cool though. I'm surprised how you kept the detail throughout. Artists, we will begin eliminating one person at a time. Jazz, as creative as your toast flipbook.
Jamie, and he was sitting in the south stand and felt that the penalty was, in his words, stonewaller. So, yeah, there wasn't much protest from Lawrence and co, was there? So it does sound as though the referee had a decision to make and probably made the right one.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, the ref seemed to be in a decent position, and Lawrence gave him a decision to make, as we said for a few challenges first half. He gave him a decision to make where, as we say, we thought he'd done his job. He was shepherding him away from goal. He was running it out, and did he have to make the challenge? Probably not, but he decided to make it. And again, I think probably with a left footer coming sort of across the player, he's probably hit the player first before the ball, where a right footer might have sort of swept round it and got the ball. But so it sounds like we've not got no argument on that one.
Well, the Bromley players out for their little pre-warm-up, and warming up is number 11 Louis Dennis, so they're going to be making at least one substitution. He's certainly not in there, so we've got to probably listen out to see who he's coming on for. I can see Michael Cheek and James Alavi, so they've certainly gone for another attack-minded player, so we'll see. The Chesterfield players not yet out yet. I've got one of the members of the sports science team waiting to take them through their little warm-up routine. It'd be remiss of me not to mention the person who normally runs through that routine, Emma Young, who I'm not sure if she's in the match today, but she was playing for Chesterfield FC Women against Mansfield the other night, came off the bench and within a couple of minutes picked up a very, very nasty shoulder ligaments injury. So Chesterfield lost by 2 goals to 1 on that night. And Emma, well, if you are listening in, good luck with your recovery. And we've got news of the attendance here as well. It's another 5,000 plus crowd. It's 5,529, so even bigger than last week, with exactly a nice round 100 from Bromley, so that's no bad thing. 5,529, so that's well, a rough average of 5,400, isn't it? Because it was 5-3 for the first match, I think 5-5 for this one, and it's going to be Jude Arthur's the set play guru going to go off. You can see the 4th official, who's I think waiting for Chesterfield to come out. He's got number 8 on his board, so well, Arthur's is overhit a couple of his set plays, Jamie, hasn't he? But it actually been performing pretty well in midfield.
Yeah, I thought he'd done okay. I say the set pieces probably weren't the best when you see the size of the Bromley team. I mean, they want it in an area where one of the big men could attack it, and they were a bit close to the keeper, and the one that drifted out at the back. But it's a bit harsh if that's why it has been taken off.
And the Chesterfield team all going through their routines, just looking through a couple of supporters who are just standing up in front of us, and yep, they're on change, just the one Bromley substitution to report on. So Dennis for Arthurs. Chesterfield will be kicking from left to right towards the Moton Colourtronic South stand, the Cop, in this second half, and Bromley in all red, kicking towards their nicely spread out 100 supporters over to our left hand side. So 5,529, terrific crowd once more for the Spirites. In some areas finished and some go back on Monday, but there will be people coming back from well-earned holidays as the referee, Mr. Woods, gets
here we go on Chesterfield, let's go, a winner in the second half.
Webster plays that familiar diagonal ball. And it's Alabi and Maguire going into it together. Very well, actually. Yeah. You just wish he could have done that on the penalty, but sometimes, yeah, would Chesterfield have scored their goal had the penalty not come about? You don't know, because it was getting towards half time and people might not have done things exactly the same way as the ball volleyed forward from the kick out from the back at Bromley by Curtis Weston, too far forward.
Bromley and that Chile now 4-0 up at home to Gloucester City in the National League North.
Sort of a pseudo number 10 role. We'll soon find that out as Maguire gets it and passes it back to Scott Loach.
It's now 2-0 to York City versus Farley Celtic AFC.
His header picked up by
2-0 to Dartford. Away to Bath City. And it is Well United are 1-1 against Slough Town.
Miller's still in possession of the ball. He's been forced back a little bit. Plays it to Khan, who maintained his position on that left hand side. Back to Miller once more, trying to find space.
Maidenhead United have scored. It's 4-1 to Maidenhead United. It is one goal back for Maidenhead United. Is now 4-1 against Torquay United.
Has gone away. Chesterfield try and build again. Saidu Khan does well to get possession of a ball that wasn't the greatest pass, but his touch was a little bit hefty and he's conceded a throw on the
Oxford United have scored round the stroke of half time. It's Oxford United 1, Wimbledon 0.
As you say, Khan is looking like a very, very good signing that they made in the summer.
Yep, played for Taggart and Redbridge, of course, last season. And Bromley on the ball with a free kick over on the far side, 12 yards inside the Sparrites half, and so Billy Bingham is the man who's taken over set play duties by the look of it. Jude Arthur's been subbed at half time. Are you a cricket man, Jamie?
Yes, I like the cricket. I was watching before I came out today, but
over 100 in front with just one wicket down now, India. So looks like it might be a long last few sessions for England. And I hope they don't bat like they did in the last Test matches.
Oh, Kingsley Town have got one goal back. It's 2-1 against Easley.
We mentioned before the kick-off, the quality of the ball he put through for Corey Whiteley to score in the 3-0 victory for Bromley over Eastleigh on Monday. Absolute peach of a ball, but Skeffington not been in the game at all today, really. Most of the attacking play from...
And Dorking have scored to make it 1-1 against Chelmsford.
To Alabi. Nice little piece of layoff play from Alabi, and opportunity for Dennis to cross, which he did do, but he didn't make anything of it. It was easy for Scott Loach to gather. So Loach rolls it out to Maguire just down in front of us. You're listening to 1866 Sport with Ideal Flooring. We're in the 48th minute, and it is Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1. Phil Tooley and Jamie Hewitt on commentary. Free kick against Danny Rowe for a little shove when he went up for the header with Billy Bingham. Rowe kicking the ball back. It was a little bit of a dangerous thing to do, but he was kicking the ball back to where the offence took place. He should know, he committed it. And it's going to be Show Me. Oh, he's going to leave it to Corey Whiteley. That means that Show Me canters up to the edge of the box, so they're going to be looking for the big 6'6"er. Corey Whiteley, white boots, prepares to take this right-footed towards the penalty spot area.
Bristol City, Bristol Rovers have scored against Crawley. It's now 1-0.
That's a long ball for Shimanga. He's got two red shirts either side of him. He's on the edge of the box. Oh, what a great save from the keeper.
Shimanga, man. Should have buried that.
Only go straight down the middle. He couldn't veer.
How has Shimanga not buried that?
Chasing in his way. The goalkeeper came early, made himself big, got a long left arm and a strong left hand there to block it. But my word, that was like lightning, Chesterfield's counter.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the Bromley manager, he's not happy, and it was just a clearance really down the middle. But
it is now Weymouth 4, Solihull Moors 1.
Threat, and not a lot more he could do. He caught it quite well, a good save off the keeper. So if we keep doing, as I say, we've looked in behind a lot more, so I'm sure he'll get his goal soon, hopefully.
Credit to the two defenders there. They made it so he couldn't try and get around the keeper, because if it had moved offline, they'd have been in there to possibly get some form of challenge in.
Yeah, so he had to go straight down the middle. And,
oh my God, I thought we were going to take the lead there for a minute.
Well, now Maguire has got two red shirts alongside him, but he plays it short to Weston, who's been chased back by Michael Cheek. Now it's played forward by Carline towards Clark, but Show Me gets there first and plays it back. It's gone out for a corner though. So Clark, good pressure on Show Me, forced him to overhit that ball, and it's on.
It is now Maidenhead United 2, Torquay United 4 in the National League.
Yep, with all those big lads in the.
And it is also Aldershot Town 2, Notts County 1 in the National League.
Might be taken short or a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean,
It's now 5-0 Chorley against
against
Gloucester City in the National League North. 5-0 Chorley.
Well, there's nobody offering themselves as a shot.
It's now 2-1 to Dorking Wanderers against Chelmsford in the National League South.
The area left footed onto the near post and it's fallen for Carline, but he couldn't get anything on it. It comes back out to Maguire. It's bobbling around, pinballing. It's played out deliberately by Maguire to Khan. Left hand side of the area, delivers it deep towards Lawrence Maguire. He's headed to Danny Rowe. Rowe's got the opportunity to shoot on. It hits Shimanga.
Oh.
It was going goal bound. Hit Shimanga. There were red shirts behind him, so I'm not quite sure if they'd gone in that. Cheats in a running race with Curtis Weston, and Weston gets there and lays it back to his goalkeeper Scott Loach, who plays the ball out to Miller. Breathless stuff at the moment now, and that's really got the Sparrites and the drummer going. Yogi on his drums in the south stand here. On oh, we've got a correction on the crowd now. What was it again? 5229. Yes, 5229. Yeah, correct. I thought it looked not quite a little bit more than last year. 5229. It is correction on the crowd. Clark takes a tumble and, well, he's outside the box and it's a goal kick, and to be honest it didn't look like a foul again. I don't think people would simulate when it's...
It is Notts County 2,
he did seem to fall over
Aldershot Town 2 now in the National League, and it's also Southend 2-0 up against Wrexham in the National League.
But he's got to be careful because obviously it was an early booking for Jack Clark and we don't want to go down to 10 men silly like that. I could see a lot of refs would give a foul for that, but maybe with the new rule how they're letting it carry on with play a little bit.
Well, Lane Mandeville's warming up, and the Clark Mandeville or Mandeville Clark
always
change has happened more often than not, I think, hasn't it? So with that booking in the bag, much the fact that Clark's been very dangerous as Chesterfield winner, thrown on the far side, but there'll be a break in play because.
No, he's had a good game, Jack Clark. He has been dangerous. He's found some really good areas and got into some dangerous positions, but it's just that silly booking.
Yeah, breaking play. Breaking play because Byron Webster's just taken a whack in the face. No foul given, but he's receiving some treatment just by the halfway line. And well, 8 minutes into this second half, Jamie, and decent start from Chesterfield.
Yeah, I think they've carried on more or less where they did in the first half. I thought they were quite dominant first half and playing some nice football. But when it was bobbling around the box, Danny Rowe caught it well, and I think it was heading for the far corner from where we were stood, and obviously it struck one of the Chesterfield players. But good play, good awareness from Lawrence getting it back. And,
I like that new song. I like that. There's a new song that we got.
Set plays and,
it's a brand new song that Chesterfield have created for our new striker, which I think is actually quite classic. To go on, wake me up before you go. It's amazing. I love that. Wake me up before you go. Who needs mercy when you got Kabongo? Oh, that's classic. It was right. I love that. Wake me up before you go. Who needs mercy when you got Kabongo? I love that. That's when he scores. So.
From the visit. In, but Curtis Weston holds him up pretty well, and the Khan got the wrong side of his man a little bit there, but Skeffington couldn't quite get in there, and it's put him to touch on the clearance from Chesterfield.
It's now 2-0 to Stockport to Southport versus Gateshead in the National League North.
Attack, but the substitute Dennis ran out of ideas a little bit. Shimanga can't quite get that under the pressure of Webster, who seems to have shaken off that injury, and good challenging from Danny Rowe takes it off the toes of Dennis.
And it's also now 5-0 to Chorley versus Gloucester City. 5-0 Chorley in the National League North.
A good team play there.
It's
the team important.
Wrexham have got one back. It is Wrexham 1, Southend 2 in the National League North. In National League in the National League. Sorry, Wrexham 1, Southend 2.
Well, Dennis does pretty well to nick the ball off both Clark and Carline, but Clark's back there, as is Carline. The cross comes in, it's his second cross. Again,
Stevenage have scored. It's 1-0 Stevenage versus Swindon. 3-0 Barrow away to Oldham.
Urging his men forward,
2-1 to Leyton Orient away to Newport.
He's the man who's going to be taking this throw in. He's walking very slowly towards it. He's only 3 yards away from the corner flag. From the attack at the end, populated by their 100 travelling supporters. Great film called The Bromley Boys, about when Bromley were absolutely the whipping boys a few years ago, based on true events. See if you can find it on any of your suppliers, because it's a great film. As Chesterfield deal well with the throw-in, and Clark waits for it to bounce, and well, perhaps could have taken that a little bit earlier, because he didn't clear it where it needed to be.
Guys, the stream, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new.
Bromley a little bit of momentum still, and it's thrown short by Whiteley to Skeffington, who's moved since the substitution.
It's now York City 3, Farley Celtic
Bingham, who's having a
0.
conversation with Danny Rowe, who, well, in one ear out the other.
It's now 2-1 Welling at home versus Slough Town in National League South.
I mean, he played the ball before Danny Rowe took him out, so he just had a quiet word in his ear, but Danny Rowe knows he's done his job if he's riled him.
Rowe plays it forward towards Shimanga. It's a running race now with big defender. Oh, and now that might be a red. That's certainly going to be a free.
Oh, is that a foul?
There, but yeah, it was stretching it a little bit to say it was a goal-scoring opportunity. But when it's Kabungo Shimanga, anything's a goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's a great area to put the ball sometimes. Danny Rowe was under a little bit of pressure, nothing really on, and when you've got Shimanga up front like that, with his pace and his strength. I mean, the centre half is a big lad, but obviously nowhere near as quick. And it's a yellow card because
it's 2-1 Dover away to Altrincham.
Two substitutions.
Dover 2-1 up.
Trotter is coming on for.
And it's now 2-1 to.
Oyaleka.
It's now 2-1 Rochdale away at Port Vale.
Oyaleka is on for Saidu Khan. I think that's probably about minutes in the tank more than anything else. So that'll be a different thing for the visitors to think about. And Liam Trotter is coming on for Sam Skeffington, who I was just saying hasn't really been in the game at all. So that's not particularly something to surprise me. So you've got Khan, who's more of a passer than a runner. Sorry, Oyaleka, who's more of a passer than a runner than Khan. Well, we'll see this free kick before we get Jamie Hewitt's views on the substitution for the Sparrites. And the free kick seemed to be ordered a long time ago. He's going to be taken by Calvin Miller. He's got Jack Clark to his right. There's a two-man wall. It's outside the 18-yard area, right hand side. It's not a bad ball in, but it's won at the back by Webster, and it's fallen for Grimes, who. Well, he was trying the overhead kick a la Gavin Gunning for the Wilston match, but not quite with the same result.
I was just about to say it wasn't as good as the last overhead kick I saw that we got the goal off. But yeah, with the change, I think you do lose a bit. You lose a bit with Khan, obviously the driving forward, but Oyaleka's had a good start to the season, and it'll bring a different dimension to Chesterfield. He'll move the ball a lot quicker. Break play up and move the ball a lot quicker, I think.
So, yeah, straight swap from the Sparrites' point of view, but very different approach. And, well, a bit of air kick by two Sparrites defenders, and they concede as Curtis Weston goes in there, and Whiteley, the man who is fouled, he's been the most dangerous player for the visitors. Of course, Michael Cheek is the man who'll score the goals, but apart from the penalty, he's not really been in the game. But 100 goals in 242 National League matches before you start today, you can't give him an inch.
Oh, that's it. He's always a danger all through the game. You just give him half a yard in the box, he'll put the ball away, won't he? As we've seen. But the sub who Bromley have brought on again, he looks a tall lad.
It's 2-1 now to Carlisle against Salford City in League 2. It's now Wimbledon. It's now Wimbledon 1, Oxford United won.
The side of his head, but nevertheless, it was in the right direction. Clipped the bar, cleared away by Chesterfield. It's gone out for a goal kick, but well, that just shows you how dangerous Bromley are. And we identified it before the game had even started, didn't we, Jamie?
Yeah, on the set pieces, it's in general play, they haven't caused us too much problems up to now. But set pieces, they're always a worry. And I mean, they brought a sub on who's 6 foot plus, so that they're always going to be a worry.
Oyeleki turns with Billy Bingham breathing down his neck, and Grimes with the opportunity to run down the left-hand side. He's made 35 yards worth of ground at the moment. He's played it short for Miller. And I think he was got so much of a run for a central defender forward there, he forgot some of the basics. And it's a throw into the visitors, Bromley.
That's where you miss a bit of Lawrence maybe on that side, the left side, because he gets forward and he's usually got decent distribution.
And anyway, Bromley make nothing of the throw in. It's half volleyed forward and way beyond any red. Takes it, rolls it out to Gunning. Now Oyeleki. Now is Grimes going to have another burst down the touchline? No, he was going to pass square, but he's thought against it and played it forward towards Jack Clark, overhit, and Jack Clark's pulled up, has he? Yeah, Jack Clark, I think, has just pulled up Wayne. He's certainly holding his hammy top of his left leg, isn't he? Liam Mandeville, just from warming up, sprints towards the halfway line, and he's taking off his tabard. So yeah, Clark, you could just see him as that ball from Grimes. He just pulled up a little bit, not as obvious as sometimes with the hamstring, but he's obviously got something wrong in that area.
Yeah, he's felt something, and it's, as much as he wanted to stand up and stay on, it's the right thing to do to go down, because obviously you can get the sub prepared anyway. So
yes.
he's straight off. You see the physios indicating to the bench he's off.
And whilst we've been talking about Clark throughout the game and the danger he's caused today, this substitution was going to happen anyway because Clark's on a yellow card, so it was going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not one of the King and Khan went off against Wilston by half time. This would have happened, but well, now he's struggling and is being helped off by Nick Brink, the sport. Going to be playing next week at Dover, I don't think, is he?
You wouldn't think so. It obviously depending on the degree of the injury, but it's the way he's coming off. He's not going to be ready in 7 days. But as you say, we've got strength in depth, and it gives Mandeville now a chance to maybe get a run in the team. And we say when you've got the shirt, you've got to keep it, but he's got to perform. He's got to perform to keep the shirt, and.
Yeah, had a great end to last season, Liam Mandeville, and a fantastic pre-season as well. But just not quite fired on all cylinders since the season for real start. He's worked really hard at Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
I think his work off the ball was the best I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
But his work from a creative perspective just wasn't quite what we know he can do. Real enigma.
Yeah.
I think in all his Chesterfield time, I think he's only completed one, possibly 2 90 minutes, which probably says more than.
So, guys, put your questions down in the chat. It's Chesterfield 1.
Coming on as a sub,
Bromley 1.
One game, he's just played a lovely ball to Weston, who's brought down on.
Northampton 1-0 up versus Scunthorpe in League 2. It is Port Vale 2 against Rochdale.
He gave it straight to Alabi. I'm not sure Alabi
in League 2.
Battled back, but illegally, and it's given a free kick just right of centre.
3-1 to Barnet away to Grimsby. It is now Maiden United 3, Torquay United 4 in the National League. It's Notts County 3,
a little bit lax and just trying to
Aldershot Town 2,
quickly,
and it's Wrexham 2, Southend 2.
He's got a booking for it as well.
It's Chorley 6.
I think Chesterfield have done a pretty good job there and moved the ball.
Gloucester City 0. Kirsten Ashton are 3-0 up away to Leamington.
No, again, it's a tough one.
Bath City have scored to make it 2-1 against Dartford. Dorchester are 2-1 up against Eastbourne Borough. And that's it so far.
So we can say that within a a Nats or two is 30 yards out. This slightly right of centre. Danny Rowe, Manny Oyeleka and Lawrence Maguire, the three men in the wall, and Weston's the runner. Be very careful how early you run these days. You get a yellow card. And it looks as though Whiteley's going to be the man to shoot. He does shoot, and the wall does its job and puts it out for a corner kick. It hit the head of, I think it was Danny Rowe. And it was a dipping shot, that. It would have made Scott Loach make a save for sure. Not quite sure he'd got the legs on for him to have been beaten. But of course you never quite know. And the wall, a solid job. But it's a corner kick to Bromley over on the far side. Their first corner of the second half. You can hear the Chesterfield drum in the background. 1-1. The corner comes across an Oyeleka, whose free kick it was that started all of this Bromley head of steam. Gets a header onto it, but it's picked up by Manoga, and he loses out and he shoves Mandeville on the in the back as he's trying to break out of defence, and it's a free kick to Chesterfield. So they've quelled that little bit of Bromley territory. They've got opportunity to start bringing the ball back in, but it's been a little bit stop-start in the last few minutes, which won't suit Chesterfield, and Bromley will be delighted with it.
Yeah, but I mean, Bromley have capitalised on a mistake that we made and put a bit of pressure on for a few minutes. But Chesterfield started the half positively and have been on top, and it just shows a little bit of loss of concentration can lead to can swing the tide of the game. Really, we need to get back to where we were probably 10 minutes ago.
That's a throw into Chesterfield. You listen to 1866 Sport live with Ideal Flooring just off Chatsworth Road, Chesterfield, and it's Chesterfield 1, Bromley 1, and it's a throw in to George Carline. It's 25-30 yards maybe from the corner flag, so he doesn't take it long. He plays it to Chimanga, who turns, gets that ball into the box, and it's put into touch for a corner kick. It was safety first from Byron Webster, so it's in the corner diagonally opposite to the corner that Bromley had a minute or so ago. Calvin Miller jogs across to get that ball under his left arm, put it down in the segment. Again, there's every set play of this nature, every Bromley player back in the 18-yard area. It's played towards the far post and partially cleared by Bromley. Comes out to Oyeleka. He just stabs it high and wide towards.
Come on!
Brings the ball to heel, out to Calvin Miller, back to Mandeville. Now, is he going to get in there before the Bromley defence? Not quite, but he wins a challenge, but he couldn't manage to ricochet it off the legs of the Bromley man. He's gone out for a goal kick. So, Chesterfield.
It is Gateshead 1, Southport 2 in the National League North.
Anyway, the remaining subs for the Spires, McCourt.
It's Darlington 1, Bradford Park Avenue 2 in the National League South, and it is Charlie 7.
Another defender, Corey Roberts, and midfielder Harry.
Charlie 7.
So,
Gloucester City 0.
To try and keep something rather than try and go and get something. So, as the clock ticks away, it's going to be.
And there's a goal in it. Kingsley Levy equalises 2-2 against Eastleigh, and Grimsby got one back. It's now 3-2.
Martin Cheek gets on the ball, but can't keep it from the pressure of Oyeleka, and high ball played forward by Gavin Gooding, going to bounce a couple of times and go out for a throw in right down by the left back corner flag. Marshoni just jogs up to take this one. 21 minutes to go here at the Technic Stadium, 1 apiece. And well, certainly I think Bromley, manager Andy Woodman not used to being beaten. Oh, is that going to go out for another corner kick? I think it just has done, yeah. And well, it was Byron Webster again. He was trying to do a little bit of juggle ball there under pressure from Danny Rowe and couldn't keep it in. So it's another corner for Chesterfield. So the Spirates starting to put Jamie Hewitt a little bit of pressure on once more.
Yeah, it's building a little bit again. As I say, I think Bromley will be very disappointed if they lose a header in the box with the size of the team. I think Chesterfield's just got to be a little bit more inventive.
Well, they played it short to Shimanga inside the box, plays it along the floor towards Danny Rowe. Can't get any shape into it. To Mandeville, shoots! Danny Rowe, and he couldn't bring that forward for Miller on the right side of the 18. Gets to the byline, slips a man away. It's in towards Lawrence Maguire. Header goes in there, and it's just bounced the foot wide of the post. Well, that was imaginative. That was a corner that nearly brought dividends, JB Hewitt.
Yeah, the
Unlucky boys.
were static then. They were waiting for the ball coming in the header. Shimanga got some space in the box, and so, like we said in the first half, that when Bromley broke and got the penalty, that could have.
This is getting ridiculous.
A few shots on target,
Surely 8.
And,
Gloucester City 0. National League North.
one looking up, 2-1 up.
So a goal kick, which
It is now
to be honest, Mark,
Southport 3, Gateshead 1 in the National League South. National League North, sorry. And it is 4-1 York City in the National League North against Farley Celtic.
It's headed easily along the Byron Webster, but he doesn't find a. Back from the defender, but no appeals from Shimanga.
Come on, boys!
Put it back from Carline. Now he's got options inside. One of them's Liam Mandeville's. Mandeville has to slide to get that one. Feeds Oyeleki, and he's now gone from right to left in the blink of an eye. And Miller coming towards the edge of the 18-yard area. He's got his marker takes a tumble. Mani Oyeleka from the edge of the box. Calvin Miller, the man who made that.
Come on!
Haji Manonga, the debut maker, on the floor. And he cut it back to Oyeleka on the edge of the 18-yard area. Low shot through the legs.
And as it stands, Chester, I'm going top of the league.
Ravens 1.
Yeah, great play. I mean, Calvin Miller
Oyeleka!
outstanding from start to finish in the game. What a great awareness to pull it back.
Come on!
What a great finish.
We are
Right
top
on the
league,
foot,
we're
right in the
top
corner,
league.
didn't panic.
We are top league, we're top league.
As James Rowe will surely say, what a great substitution.
Get in, Oyeleki! Get in!
And, you know, it was the speed of thought of Miller there. He put his opponent on the deck with the drop of his shoulder. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, you'd see a winger pull it into the edge of the 6. He saw Oyeleka in space. He saw the forest of legs in the 6, thinking that might not be the right ball.
Yeah.
He not only saw Oyeleka, he delivered it perfectly.
Yeah.
And Oyeleka still had a lot to do.
Yeah, he did, because, I mean, he pulled it back more to the edge of the box, didn't he? It wasn't a pull back to, like, the penalty spot.
So we're doing a fight! Right. On course for 4 wins out of 4.
A good
I will
finish.
take
Great
it.
finish. Didn't panic, and it looked like a side foot to me, and it was...
So don't forget to interact with us on social media. 1866 Sport on Facebook, at 1866 Sport on Twitter. Tell us where you're listening from. Tell us about your experiences.
Chesterfield going top.
Listening to.
Yes, Dagenham and Redbridge are still 1-1.
Read a few of those out at the end of the match. And Oyeleki, well, he slides into the challenge and misses it completely. And Weston just gets there ahead of Michael Cheek. Cleared on the far side by.
Come on, boys.
Off the legs.
Just keep going, just keep going.
Substitute Liam Trotter and goes out for a Chesterfield throw, and the atmosphere up a notch.
It is now Weymouth 4, Solihull Moors 2 in the National League. Oh my God.
We're only behind for 2 minutes, to be fair.
Guys, wait till you hear this. Surely 9, Gloucester City 0 in the National League North, and it's only 78 minutes played. There's still 12 minutes to go there.
Doesn't get the ideal touch on that, and he can't find Shimanga, so it's picked up by the visitors, and Whiteley shoved over by.
It is now 2-0 to Maidstone against Oxford City in the National League South.
A little bit. But of course, it might make them just that little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, it will do. I'm sure it will. I mean, we know the danger they've got up front, so it will make them more dangerous to Chesterfield. But we've got a danger, obviously.
It's now Grimsby down 3, Barnet 3. This is ridiculous.
More space for him to
And one guy has scored all three.
Something like that. So
I don't know.
it's got its pros and cons, hasn't it? Because as the game goes on, we want to protect the lead.
Whiteley with a throw in for the visitors, and more into the box, and Oyeleki on a booking with a man.
And Whalestone have scored! Whalestone have scored! It's Whalestone!
Michael Cheek, and what a great piece of defensive
It's Whalestone 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. And with 50 minutes to go, as all hands on deck for Dagenham and Redbridge.
Louis Dennis, the half-time substitute that time, and the man who made Chesterfield's second goal was there on hand. A second goal.
Right, great.
Just saying about interacting on social media. Somebody's interacted on my text message. Listening in the truck at Faversham, Marks and Spencer's regional distribution, and come on, Sparites, says the one and only Bob Newton. So enjoy. Now, I saw you walking your dogs the other day, Newt, but I didn't have time to stop. So sorry about that. Up near the old Somerset house.
Phil said he only had a spare hour, Newt, so we didn't have time to stop.
Substitution for the visitors. Coming on is, number 19, who is Harry Forster, for debut maker Haji Minoga, who was the man who was put on the deck by Calvin Miller.
And is now Altrincham 2, Dover Athletic 2.
On the final substitute for the visitors. 14 minutes of normal time remaining. Chesterfield with their noses in front, and they've got a George Carline long throw from the right hand side. But with those tall defenders, he doesn't take it long. He takes it to Shimanga on the right hand side, back to Carline. Chips that in for Mandeville. Mandeville down to Shimanga. Oh, and he ankles that with his left foot. Well, it was about 7 or 8 yards away from the near post, and he put that one about 6 yards wide. But again, rather than use the long throw into the
it's now St Albans 1, Chippenham Town 1 in the National League South.
The play and the right play. I mean, they will have worked on it, but it's up to the players to do it, and they're doing it better now. They're not letting the defenders just have headers and working them in different ways.
Well, it's an opportunity for the visitors to break forward, and Curtis Weston gets in illegally. Ooh, that was more of a tangle of legs than a foul, and certainly Curtis Weston and Lawrence Maguire leading the protests, but the referee's made his mind up. Mr Woods is not going to unmake his mind because he's got 2 people in blue shirts shouting at him.
No, they never changed their mind, which obviously you can't do, but I thought that was a bit of a soft one. There was 2 Chesterfield players either side, a bit of a fight for the ball. And
yeah, you do get tangle of legs. Anyway, we're just looking at the as it stands league table, and 1 Chesterfield played 4, goal difference 7 points, 12. 2 Dagenham and Redbridge played 4 points, 10. Looks good at this stage. Chesterfield will be wanting to keep it that way
Eastleigh
and become.
Eastleigh are now 3-2 up against Kings Lynn Town.
Both matches ended 2-1 last season, both 2-1 to the visitors. Chesterfield winning at Hayes Lane, and Bromley winning here. Anyway, the Bromley team have made a bit of a hash of their free kick. It's ended up going out for a goal kick to the Spirites. 12 minutes remaining. It's nail-biting time, folks, out there in 1866 live land, as Stephen Payne preparing to come on, I would think, for Danny Rowe perhaps. So let's have a look. I can see the 23 on the board, but I've not seen the red number just yet, and it is Danny Rowe. So Stephen Payne will give a whole different set of problems to Danny Rowe.
Yeah. Stephen Payne will play further up top, I think, more of a target where Danny Rowe drops into the clever little pockets to try and get a little pass or a little flick on. So it'll be a different proposition for the Bromley centre halves.
And a little bit more physicality on the high balls, I would think, as well as George Carline gets into a challenge there. It's put out for a Chesterfield throw by Alabi, who, when he played here last season, I thought he was absolutely superb. He's had some neat touches today, but he's not really been in the game, and that's credit to Maguire, Gunning and Grimes particularly, as well as Curtis Weston, who's that great shield just in front of the back three, flicked on by Payne towards Shimanga, who's as he shouts for handball just outside the box, but everybody has won, went up in the south.
Oh, Dagenham have equalised with 10 minutes to go. They need to get another goal.
Judge Carline just seems to be walking a bit sheepishly there. I hope he's okay, because that was the third and final substitute that Chesterfield brought on. There's only 10 minutes remaining, but you don't want to be playing with a lame player. I think they are going long this time, Jamie. Gunning's gone up, only Maguire left back. So Carline, he's going to throw it.
It's Dagenham and Redbridge 2.
6-yard area or thereabouts. Oh, he's not. He's thrown it short.
Wealdstone 2.
To Oyeleki on the right corner. Carline in good space. He's going to drill this one in towards the near post. And it's all brilliant save to deny Jamie Grimes his first goal.
Oh, nearly 3-1.
Got it on his right foot. It looked destined for the top corner, but not for the first time. Mark Cousins making a terrific save to strong hands from the keeper there to keep that out. Jamie.
Great save. I mean, well worked again. Saw Oyeleki in a lot of space and good cross in, and I was waiting. I thought it was in.
Gunning plays it deep towards Grimes. That's too deep. That's hit the advertising hoardings and gone out for a goal kick. And again, there wasn't a person in the ground who didn't think that Carline was going to throw that long, and then just a drop of his shoulder and run to the corner 18-yard box. Oyeleka straight away. That was clearly pre-planned. Yeah. And back to Carline, cross in, lovely touch.
And it's causing different problems, because then the big centre halves have got to be aware and watching and moving. And that's what you need to do to them. So if you just keep plonking it on the head, they'll head it all day.
Yes, absolutely. Payne goes up for the header, and he wins it, but he puts it out into touch on the far side for the throw to the visitors. Forster with his flowing locks over there picks it up. He looks the most diminutive player on the park at the moment. The number 19, and a high ball into the box. Scott Loach has got to claim that. He does. Bumps into Lee. Bumps into Lawrence Maguire on his way down, and then just whacks him on the back of the head to say sorry. That's not what you need, is it, that? Oh, and then he rolls it out to Lawrence Hill.
My next dream, Adam, will be tomorrow for England versus Andorra in the World Cup qualifiers. So I'll be doing England versus Andorra tomorrow. It is now Chester FC 2, Alfreton Town 1 in the National League North. It's now Gateshead 2, Southport 3, and York City 4, Farley Celtic 2 in the National League North. It's now 3-1 Dartford versus Bath City in the National League South. And it's now 1-0 Hampton and Richmond against Tunbridge Angels.
Vanderbilt, who's won a corner, was cross-charged down by Billy Bingham. So another corner to Chesterfield.
Carline's down at the minute.
Yeah, well, he picked something up on that previous throw, didn't he? Or just going in, you could just see him moving gingerly. And Nick Brink's not being allowed to come on.
I think he's got one in the tender area, as we're saying.
Oh, it's a tender area.
It's now 3-2 to Rochdale against Port Vale in League.
Had to treat Alan O'Hare when he got the ultimate.
League 2. And it's also...
Well, yes, I did.
It's also...
I didn't treat him, put it that way.
Stop. Leyton 2, Newport 2 in the National... In League 2. And it is Harrogate Town 3, Mansfield 1.
Post by Kabonga. Jamie Grimes was in at the far post, just coming a little bit too much. And
it's now Wimbledon 3-1 up against Oxford United in League 1.
Bromley deep down by their own corner flag. Yes, it was a collective groan, wasn't it? I think it was Tranmere. Was it Harrison, I think? I think Harrison was the Tranmere lad who went in.
It wasn't a good challenge, was it?
He was red-carded, if I remember.
Yeah.
It's now Kingsley Town 3, Easily 3.
It was nasty for Alan.
It was red all round.
Today's goals are ridiculous. The scores in the National League are ridiculous. You have a 3-3, a 3-3, a 4-3, a 3-2, a 4-2.
Just listening to it again.
A couple of triple 2-2s, and a 2-1 and 0-0.
5 minutes of normal time remaining. And Show Me tries to.
Oh yeah, come on, England. Thank you, Adam.
Effective. It's an opportunity for Bromley. Oh, and a free kick against Harry Forster. Shoved his man over, which was Calvin Miller. Scott Loach, well, he's down on the deck, looking like he might be injured, but it might be a little bit of time wasting, which you needn't bother because Harry Forster, who's the man who committed the foul, is injured. He took a nasty fall and probably just clipped Loach on the way through. The referee doing his doctoring bit and decides, both physios can, well, certainly Harry Forster can have a physio on, but Scott Loach is up now. So breaking play, Harry Forster the sub, receiving some treatment. We've got 5 minutes, or just shy of 5 minutes of normal time.
It's now 3-2 Altrincham against Dover. These results are getting ridiculous.
Sport on Twitter, and 1866 Sport on Facebook. Tell us where you're listening from. Tell you how you've enjoyed the experience here on 1866 Live with me, Phil Tooley and Jamie Hewitt. And of course, 1866 Sport with Ideal Flooring. Just click chesterfieldcarpets.com. It is Chesterfield 2, Bromley 1. Andy Woodman talking to his technical staff at the moment, wondering what they can do in these last few minutes to see if they can nick something out of this trip to the Technique Stadium. 6 previous matches between these two. Chesterfield have only won once. Judge Carline seems to be doing his stretching exercises a little bit. He's got to make it through to the end because Chesterfield have used all their 3 substitutes, but it might signal the possibility of Jeff King being in the manager's thoughts for the trip next week to Dover, who are 2-2 away at Altrincham at the moment. They were leading in Cheshire, Greater Manchester, I suppose technically it is now. Dagenham and Redbridge still 2-2 with Wheelstone, and I'm just looking for Boreham Wood. They're still 0-0 with Stockport. So Chesterfield still the only team with a 100% record in the live table.
I mean, ruining it that way, but we just gotta. It's got praying up.
By Carline. Shimanga forces Show Me to put that out for a throw-in, which Carline will take, but he seems to have shaken off his problem. And,
oh, I'm so nervous, mate. So tense.
He seems to have shaken off his problem as well. So, right, the defence will not know where this throw is going to be. Look at that, there's nobody around the penalty spot from a Chesterfield perspective. They're making Bromley really think, and it's taken short to Shimanga
guys,
once more. Back to
put your question
Carline.
in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
Pretty well since coming on for the injured Jack Clark. Owen he plays that a little bit short to Gunning, but Gunning gets there just in time. And now Shimanga back to goal midway in the Bromley half, switches it to this near side, the Chesterfield right. Maguire back to Gunning, and Gunning's going to turn and play that back. Is he to do with goalkeeper? No, he decides to take on Alabi and plays it back out to Maguire, who slips it forward to Stephen Payne. Payne out to Carline. There's 1 or 2 people just walking in front of us, so it's a little bit of try and dodge the bodies at the moment. Carline down by the touchline on the right hand side, wins the throw in. Again in Carline territory, but he's not been throwing long in this second half. You can hear the crescendo of the noise around the stadium with 5,229 people present here.
Everybody, well done on the Wednesday. We might not win yet. There's still a few minutes to go.
Chesterfield hang on to this 2-1 lead.
But glad to see you up, and I'll see you tomorrow for England versus Andorra in the
like most of the games I think we've seen this season. Chesterfield
in the World Cup qualifiers.
Worthy being in the lead at the minute, and it's not, as you say, it's not a hang on. Chesterfield are managing it quite well at the minute, although they've just lost it in that corner.
But hacked away by Bromley, but Mandeville's making it difficult for the clearance to come into play, and well, good pressing from Chesterfield, and just presence of blue shirts has enabled them to temporarily get the ball back. And Maguire heads it forward towards Shimanga. That was an important good help from Whiteley, because that was all the way through to Shimanga. He was back to goal, but you can see him turn, and Mandeville nicks the ball off Dennis and plays it out towards Shimanga, and not for the first time today put into touch by Show Me. I think it's just the safety first every time.
It's now Chester
he's got Shimanga
2.
He just puts it out.
I think it's a good get out of Chesterfield actually if we play it down
Alfreton Town
side
2.
of the channel, because we know at least we're going to get a throw in because the big guy's going to go save.
Well, it's interesting now. All the previous
Tranmere
players,
have scored in the
every Bromley player, in fact, they've got
99th
three on the
minute.
halfway line now, although Cheek has been forced to go and help with the defending. Mandeville receives, plays it in.
It is 1-0 Tranmere against Hartlepool.
Grimes does well to win it, but looked as though it was foul, but not given by the referee. Lawrence Maguire wins it back. And then
MK
Shimon
Donzage
looks, he's been
equalised
fouled, or has he got
at
a throw?
Cheltenham.
It's certainly Chesterfield's, whatever it is, but I think it's a throw in here. Carline is going there, and we have got the fourth official holding the board up. When he turns round, we'll see what it says. It is 6 minutes. Where's he got that?
6.
I don't know whether it was when the lad went down in the box with the keeper, but I usually go for 4, to be fair, in the second half. That seems to be the common one.
Anyway, it's down by the corner, and Shimanga's managed to win a throw-in right adjacent to the right-hand side corner flag. And don't forget, last request really to get your messages in on social media at 1866 Sport on Twitter, 1866 Sport on Facebook, to tell us what you think of the match, the coverage, Chesterfield's chances this season. Start to the season as the Sparks win a corner kick, the 5th corner of the second half, and that's exactly where the Sparks want to be at this stage of the game. 2-1 up in stoppage time against a team who are pretty good, but have been the second best team during the course of this afternoon here at the Technique Stadium. Liam Mandeville takes it short to Stephen Payne. Payne is the best man to hold that in the corner flag, and I tell you what, don't mess with him. And he's doing that really, really well, and he's still got the ball, and he's down on the deck, he's won a free kick. Well, game management is one thing. Having the strength to hold off 2 people nibbling you and winning another free kick is an entirely different thing.
That's it, and that's a luxury we've got at the moment with the subs coming on, because there were 2 men trying to get that off him. I think he lost it for a split second, got it back, and then got fouled. So here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again. Deja vu. And he's got the cross in to Shimanga, edge of the 6. Is he going to be able to get a turn in? He's got red shirts all around him. Plays it to Stephen Payne offside. Oh, do you know what? That was really good play from Shimanga. And Payne was looking across the line. He must have thought he was pretty close. But again, that was something a little bit different. Keep the Bromley lads thinking. Free kick taken, not long. One in the air by Tarball. Yep, it's Alabi got a touch on it, didn't he? It was one in the air by Gunning, but onto Alabi and gone out for a Chesterfield throw. And Corey Whiteley not happy with that. Stoppage time when you're a goal up, having a long conversation with the goalkeeper for no apparent reason.
Well, he's run away and said, Lawrence, you take it, and then...
Now it's 2-0 to Northampton Town against Scunthorpe.
Yeah, well,
I have for quite a while.
Well,
so.
to be fair, Jamie, for 5 years we weren't a goal up in the last few minutes because we were generally a goal behind.
Yeah, so that's probably the way. But it is frustrating, and it's frustrating when the opposition.
It's now
do it
4-3.
Yes, it is nice to have it.
To
it is nice to be
Grimsby. It's ridiculous.
Apologies to any Bromley listeners who may be listening, but it is Chesterfield FC's own radio station, so we're not going to say any different. Throwing taken.
Sure, they do the same.
Yeah, and quite right. And you have to admire teams like Sutton were brilliant at it. Yeah, Boreham Wood are brilliant at it.
It is now Solihull Moors 3, Weymouth 4 in the National League. It's ridiculous, these results.
We've had 3 of the 6 minutes of stoppage time, so I think we can safely say Chesterfield are going to get a point. Yeah, there's been plenty of goals. We'll be hearing from Josh Marsh at full time about all the scores, but just a quick look down. Boreham Wood 0, Stockport 0, and everywhere else has got plenty of goals. So Bromley with their opportunity. Oh, and Stephen Payne wins an absolutely phenomenal tackle.
Come on.
Away from the goal, and he's got a shot in. Oh, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
Oh.
But wow, what a piece of defensive work from attacker Stephen Payne that turned defence into attack in the blink of an eye.
I mean, that's the thing about the team, what we've noticed so far. I mean, he was nearly halfway line. He's a centre forward, ran all the way back, and made a great tackle.
Chester have gone and won. Chester 3, Alverton Town 2 in the National League. Chesterfield are still 2-1 up against Bromley.
He just took his eye off the ball, though, you like it, and he almost found Shimanga.
And it's an equaliser. First Gateshead in the 90th minute. It's Gateshead 3, Southport 3. Unbelievable in the National League North.
Who hammers it down. It's going to be a throw in to Bromley down by their corner flag area. And, well,
And it's 2-2 between Eastbourne Borough and Dulwich Hamlet. It's ridiculous.
ball boys thrown in.
Slough Town is now 2-2 against Well United in the National League South.
Payne comes back and gets that now. Handball against Payne, yeah. We've had 5 of the 6 minutes bar 5 seconds now. So this will be the last realistic chance for Bromley.
Dagenham have drawn, dropped their first points of the season.
Cousins is going to take it, so every red shirt in front of the ball. Michael Cheek on the edge of the 18-yard area.
Let's do the boogie
Well
woogie.
behind the line of Chesterfield. The throw, kick comes in and Payne
Haven't have won
gets ahead to it,
2-1 away
by
at Ipswich United. Get it?
Miller. Oh, and good piece of play from Chimanga, forces the ball back as well, and it's all put out now to Forster. He's got the opportunity to play that into the middle, and it's going to cross the face of the goal. One run by Michael Cheek, an equaliser.
Oh.
Minute of stoppage time by Bromley. They scored late here to win last season, and Michael Cheek, well, he's bundled that in. I think it was off his thigh from about a foot out. It was made by Harry Forster on the right-hand side. Miller had slid in to try and knock that ball into touch, and he just missed it. Forster took it, got the cross in. It went through plenty of legs, and there was Michael
Right
Cheek
at the end, Bromley have equalised.
It's Chesterfield 2, Bromley 2.
Well, that's good. Chesterfield don't deserve that. I mean, Bromley haven't been a threat all the game, really. Good cross in, great cross, but that one fell for them. The only mistake that Calvin Miller's made there, he tried to cut the ball out and it beat him for the cross. But that's gutting because Chesterfield have been by far the better team. Far the better team today and deserved of the 3 points. But
yeah, that's a real sickening blow, and well, we've had the 6 minutes now, so I'm sure that they'll, as soon as the ball's in neutral territory, yeah, the referee puts the whistle to his lips and blows for full time, and the 100 Bromley fans celebrate as if they've won something. They've got a 2-2 draw here, and the Spirites, as you say, Jamie Hewitt, didn't deserve to lose that one. They fell behind to Cheek from a
Full time, Chesterfield 2, Bromley 2. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a live watch along of England.